So HLE are starting on blue side here. I feel like with the new patch and stuff, we've been seeing some picks that have historically meaning this year, have been really succeeding, such as Wukong really fall off. Wukong sitting at 0-6 at the moment. And Pantheon getting through a lot more. He's actually sitting at 4-1. So I feel like the jungle especially has been shaken up a little bit.
For GENG, my main question is going to be, do they show anything? And my answer is no. I don't think either of GENG or T1 have looked to be in peak form. As of, like, what, 2 weeks ago? GENG is obviously just super locked. For T1, really, I think the only match for them to solidify their second place, which we know that right now is where they are, even though they're not there in the standings, but in terms of power level.
Now, Yunara got left through.
I know that. Yeah, and so what do they get for this? Right? They get Taliyah, and they get Wukong. And I do actually think that as good as Yunara is, there are setups that you can draft for. I think Wukong Taliyah would be a great start.
Wukong Rumble as well. Could be looked at.
Yeah.
Aurora's banned, you know.
Wouldn't mind that either.
That has been a combo we've seen into Yunara.
And then instead you can go for like Galio. I think you just need ways to guarantee lock down the Yunara. To me, she really does feel similar to Zeri, even though it happens in a slightly different way. But even going back to like, kind of reminds me of Zeri when she first was released, where at first it was all about the team fights, but then at some point we realized that she could just straight up win lane against Lucian, right? If you went in on the 6 spike.
Yeah.
Kind of seen this with Yunara as well, which as soon as that ultimate becomes available, it's been kind of insane. I also think the Annie ban is interesting to me because I think the Chovy has actually looked pretty lackluster on Annie, but it is the Annie Wukong Yunayo. And as you highlighted, Rumble right now is just so busted. He does so much damage. On this patch specifically, he got the bug fix with some preemptive. The preemptive nerfs did not help. He is crazy strong on this patch.
No, they did not help.
They were not nerfed enough.
No. Rumble sitting at 3-2, but still, the champ, everything you said is very correct.
Yeah.
Like, he is being picked a lot, being banned quite a lot. He's third in terms of presence alongside of 4 other champs that are at 100% presence. So I suppose tied with them. Taliyah, as you did highlight, should be very highly prioritized here, and it will be picked up by Zeka and taken away from Chovy. But then you're just looking at Chovy's Galio, which has fantastic follow-up. Thinking about a Lee Sin for Peanut, and he's going to swap over to the Vi.
Yeah, should not come as a surprise to anyone. Lee is a champion we've seen crop up in like game 3 when you need an AD jungler, and it's not really looking like a Viego angle, but he's definitely not that good. Peanut's fight, once upon a time, was an absolutely ludicrously strong pick that he was always denied, but not really been seeing that in recent times, as the Nico pickup should come as no surprise. The champion is super busted. The more we see, the more we're like, I don't know about that flash ult interaction.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of what we used to see with Galio. But our supports have gotten better and better at it. It is really good in lane as well. One of the few supports that does both do really well into basically any matchup, has good engage. It doesn't really fall off either. It's just really master of all and also jack of all trades, which feels unfair.
Does everything. Galio's very obvious.
Yeah.
That just felt like Chovy was going to snap that up if it didn't get banned away.
Ban Galio Rise, I guess? Oh, okay. So then we're going to slam Rise on 4 here, would be my guess.
Yeah, you could do that and then just say, we'll look at what the bottom lane looks like with the support and select an AD carry for Ruler after that. This Chovy...
Jhin angle?
It's looking very tight.
What about my 1800th game of Rise? Oh, I like that. That's all technically a flex pick. You know, GENG is one of the few teams that can actually play in both roles. Most likely goes to Ruler because he has been great. And if this was an actual, like, playoffs match, I'd be like, oh, maybe Chovy's cooking something for R5. But now I don't think that's...
It's Rise.
I don't think that's what we're getting, Feldas. And that makes me a little sad because I would love that. It would be really fun.
Unless they desperately want something that can dive heavily with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And they just want to see the full comp first. So we're looking at Delight's Rel. Certainly a strong pick for him.
Rel Gwen's open. It's not a good matchup, but it's something that people have been very okay with just going for anyway, because the strength of Gwen as a champion. What else would you go? Bess has already gone. Could go Ornn. You know, that's kind of the other one, but that is very much pick it and then just kind of accept that you're going to get beaten in lane.
Yeah.
And just outskill. And even then, that's not a guaranteed win of a matchup. As okay, little more interesting there. Actually going to get the Orianna R5 here, as opposed to the Rise. Orianna obviously a lot better with the Wukong specifically, amazing ball delivery system. The wombo combo is super good, and the biggest advantage that it has for me over Rise is that I think Orianna's early laning phase gives you way more pressure, which obviously Chovy likes to use, and Canyon is also good at playing around.
Yeah, and the wombo combo you mentioned just feels very, very nice. Alongside of it, Rise just a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more map control, whereas Orianna's like, when we're team fighting, we're team fighting. Like, we're dropping a shockwave somewhere on something, hopefully the Yunara, for their sake.
It was Chovy that got the 5-man shockwave, right?
Yes.
That then only tickled because he built like Rod of Ages Orianna.
Yeah.
But it was fine because
he's probably going to do the same in this game, honestly, up against Vi.
Yeah, he has He has rumbles. Watch him go like Rod of Ages Bloodletters. Like, yeah, no damage. But it's Chovy, so like it kind of works because he's always ahead of the curve, and then he mind controls everyone else into doing it, and you're like, well, why is this happening?
So today, by the way, is Viper's 8th anniversary.
Woo!
It's been around for so long, since the Griffin days, and he's here with Homalife Esports now. And big time carry in our scene. Congratulations to him. As we'll see if that helps as we're hopping out of the rift here for game number 1.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Game number 1 of Saturday Showdown begins now. Homalife Esports up against GENG.
30초 남았습니다.
Yep.
Nice, I won. No,
You did win, yeah.
I want to talk about the rune setups that we got. I'm sorry, Valdez. I should have just started talking. But I did this with Atlas yesterday as well, where he was talking and I just kept looking at him and he just kind of kept going and slowly sped up.
I mean, that's what Atlas will do.
Oh, I never got the I never get the upper hand over Atlas, right? So it was fun.
What is going on here? Okay, the phase rush is actually going to save him. OP rune.
Yeah, still though, level 1, yeah, good choice. Level 1, Gwen with Conqueror and E will just toast the Rumble. So Keen actually getting bullied, and the early laning phase is one of the places where normally the Gwen would suffer. Does mean that Zayas without the exhaust needs to be a little bit more mindful of any jungling coming his way, but let's be real, it's Canyon is Wukong, so he doesn't really have a lot of pre-6 strength. Chovy going for phase rush as well, so not going too crazy in terms of lane dominant runes, but just going for I think most first star room in the meta at the moment. Phase rush is just always good. Movement speed is OP.
It's OP.
As we saw yesterday. You need movement speed.
Yes. And we have it on 3 of our guys here on the Rift. The Rel into Nico definitely was a choice. I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but for the lane, it's certainly going to hurt. Rel's got a decent amount of tankiness, isn't going to be bullied too much, but certainly doesn't have a lot of pressure into Corki as well, because Corki's hard to lock down, so it's like you got a Corki and also you're being harassed by Nico. Just feels like you're going to have to rely on the Yunara to have any semblance of lane control on the bottom side here for Homalife Esports.
Yeah, not the best of times, as we don't have anything too crazy going on, so we're just going to take a look at this early laning phase. We do see Zay is able to generate a ton of pressure in prio, thanks to how the level 1 started out. So he's going to be happy with that, as Keen will be able to catch the wave. I don't think he's going to be falling too far behind. Canyon, indeed clearing his top side. We do have Zeus using his prio to put on a ward towards top side. And again, there's no CC on this top side.
Yeah.
And Gwen without Ghost or Flash, you know, we've mostly seen just the exhaust. Could be somewhat susceptible, but like, your Wukong.
Your Wukong
If it's
with
like
double buff?
if it's like Xin Zhao, you know, you could actually maybe look to a threat and a dive if you get him low enough.
Yeah.
If you're Vi, there's an option there. Poppy is kind of the no-brainer in this type of scenario. Pantheon obviously would have been, but no, you're Wukong. So just go back and full clear, man. Just let it be.
Yeah.
Let's see a dive towards
That's
top
what he did.
though.
Maybe he wanted to show presence up there just to keep Keen without flash a little bit safer, but Keen
Nope.
gets the push,
Oh,
and it
great
is going to be
stayed.
frozen on him. Unfortunate there, but not much he can do about it, especially because Wukong has backed.
I wouldn't have actually minded if Peanut actually waited around there. Did finish his back, and his bot side is respawning, right? So he needs to get back. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a little bit.
Gideon and Peanut, the only Legend Group junglers in there.
Also, I'm pretty sure that some of those cases they like took Wukong and then gave Pantheon, which
Yeah,
you know that
they did do that. Yeah.
they did do that. Yeah, that was interesting.
I actually had a question for you. I was curious what you would do if you were the GENG coaching staff and the players. Would you have also given Yunara over to Viper, or would you have just let Peanut play Pantheon in this situation? Because I personally would have let Peanut play Pantheon. And I just feel like HLE rely on Viper to do so much carrying that I don't think you really want to give him this strong of a hyper carry.
I think that the actual games and losing games for GENG is at this point completely irrelevant, right? All they're doing is prepping for playoffs. I think that you kind of know Pantheon at this point is a known quantity. You've played a lot of stage games against him, because let's not forget, Pantheon used to be perma-picked but not perma-banned. He's only moved to ban recently and is now kind of moving back into generally banned, but sometimes left through if you think you can get a good trade. But Yunara is so new that if you're approaching playoffs, why not have one of the best AD carries in the league just have it and see what happens, right? Which
just limit test on stage, you know, see what happens.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's valuable data, right? And as we're seeing here, at least the laning phase is looking good so far when it comes to this Corki and Nico, because as teams often talk about, there is no replacement for stage games when it comes to stuff like this. So I think giving over Yunara in a game one of a best of 3 where you have just so much leeway, I think makes sense. If this was a best of 5, and if this was during playoffs, I feel a little bit different, but
yeah,
in this case, I think it's fine. And also, I don't know if the actual implication of your question was, do you think it matters if Peanut has Pantheon? I'm like, I don't know.
I think it's part of it, you know, in terms of where your bread is buttered if you are Humalife Esports.
Current Peanut,
It's
I
Viper.
think you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the last week, for me, Viper had a bit of a drop-off, and I think Zeus has slowly been ramping up as I say that.
This is an excellent caster curse timing chronicler, I have to say, but we do have Vi on the way.
Is it? I think we're fine. See?
Yeah,
curses
he's
aren't
fine
real.
because Peanut got there.
No, curses aren't real.
You know, Zeus was playing overly aggressive, probably because he knew Peanut was on the bottom side of the map. Either way, Zeka up here in the top side of the map with the wall. They want to get something going here on the Ruler, and he's going to deny the Valkyrie by the wall. Just disgusting stuff on that timing. And, well, Ruler will be punished.
Really nicely done there. It's Zeka and Delight that set that one up. Delight buying the crucial time for the wall to actually come through. And then Zeka, I'm pretty sure he knocked Ruler out of the Valkyrie, which is what ended up killing him. Nicely done, big win. Kill going over to Zeka, who was falling behind somewhat in CS, as you would expect, playing into Chovy. Did have to give up a little bit of experience, but
거리 천천히 들대. 이제 돼.
taking another look at this,
I'm in range now.
that was really nicely done there. The Q into flash from Delight to ensure that Zeka has the time to go for the ult. And the best part is, because of the Ruler being forced to flash immediately, I think even if the Valk finishes, if he gets knocked back by Zeka, he still ends up dying. And in worst case scenario, that play works out because, okay, so let's be real now. Keen and Doran being on this list, does that mean anything?
No, it doesn't mean anything. But we're looking for stats. You know, we don't have a lot of action, so we're just trying to find whatever we can. Perfect got a win on it, though.
Yeah, that's nice.
Maybe that's what they were trying to show. I assume that might have been against
Okay, we
Nolshin.
do not have 6. Oh, Delight just hits it now. That's a really big spike. Duro doesn't have his. I think they have to dip, but...
Yeah, they're just going to engage onto the Wukong here, though. Canyon in a lot of trouble. Is able to get over into safety, actually, as his team does push in. And yeah, Pino went in, but there was no real follow-up on that ult, so just ends up being 3 grubs for the side of GENG, pretty much for free.
Yeah, the biggest thing there was that Keen TP'd. Actually, Duro...
I mean, they didn't know about the Rumble, so Keen's like, well, I'm here, actually, guys.
Actually, this is to me such a good example of something that GENG does so much better than any other team. So what happens there is they set up a play towards grubs, and then Humble Life looks to contest, but Keen is already teleported. They know they have a teleport advantage, right? So Keen is able to teleport. While that was happening, he teleports up. As soon as it was clear that the grubs were done, Ruler was already backing so that he could run bot lane immediately, catch the bot wave, which Zeus was trying to push in because he doesn't have TP, he can't join the play. So they get free grubs, they get the lane swap they were looking for, they catch the wave. And,
what is this equalizer?
well, okay, this is that wasn't good, Keen. Come on now. I was just...
It's okay, geometry not his best subject.
Sometimes when stuff like that happens, you're like, okay, minions are weird. That was not a minions are weird. That was just a...
No.
that was an aim issue.
It was very far away. You know, maybe he couldn't see exactly the back of the wave. And,
there were minions there.
benefit of the doubt, you know. Yeah, but he kind of like fired it off as they were hitting each other, like as they were butting heads. So maybe
I guess
it did look very funny though. It's very off the mark. He got 4 of them. Better than less than 4.
very true. I was like less than 3.
Yeah. I less than 3 you as well.
Aww. Valdez. As we do not have any movement towards the Drake just yet.
Are Drakes fake?
They have been a lot slower.
Yeah, just feel that way. Overheating here just a bit, and so Zeus looking for the angle, gets a very nice trade with his needles. No equalizer up here for Keen.
Yeah, any trade is good for Zeus because he does his TP, so he can invest it towards the top side of the map if he wants to apply pressure. Also, I think not using the exhaust is a good call because now you just trade ult for a back timer. But once you actually get your first item, which I'm pretty sure he's going to have here on this base, you're going to be a much bigger man. It doesn't actually get it. That's kind of crazy. I thought he would have had enough gold as Canyon's waiting. Zeus does have exhaust, but doesn't have his ultimate. I think he knows how Keen is playing.
Yeah, Keen is playing like a maniac, okay? As now,
he does not know.
Zeus is going to get baited in. Assumed that maybe the jungler was gone. Keen, though, getting pretty low. Is able to flash away, but now Zeka here flashing out of the knockback is Canyon, but he's still dead. Able to secure himself the kill before going down at least, but a nice response from HLE at least.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade. Not looking too bad. Keen doesn't have TP, so they're going to miss out a good amount on this wave. Doing that response in time. And Zeus still managed to do some stalling. Without that exhaust, by the way, they don't get the counter kill, right? If he had used that in the earlier play, so that's nice. This does mean that Chovy's left alone in a lane, which is generally not a good thing for him to be allowed to do. Zeka, again, went to top, was able to shove that out, so the gold remains basically even. As we take another look, Zeus. The moment that E comes forward, Canyon sees his opportunity. Immediate exhaust does mean that Zeus is able to force Keen's flash, do a lot of damage to Canyon, and then right there, yeah, the moment Peanut shows up. If Canyon had known that Peanut was there, he definitely wouldn't have flashed.
We got Needles back in. Keen electing to take that trade as he was overheated. Finally, we have a non-fake Drake, and we also have Chemtech Drake up here. We've had a lot of Chemtech souls. Ox is at home today, so...
Maybe he's been doing the opposite, where when he's there, he is just summoning Chemtechs. Because there have been a lot of Chemtechs, and this is his first day off this week. He's been...
Yeah.
They've been happening a lot, Valdez.
Maybe he's not doing it on purpose.
He's
but
in control
for some reason he's...
of his powers.
Yeah. He's become more in tune with the Chemtech Drake for the better.
Are you calling him toxic?
Yes. Yes, I am. He is toxic. It's just true, Chronicler. We can't deny it. It's just the way it is.
I'm trying to think to what traits would then relate. So Atlas used to be, still is, but used to be like really into rollerblading. That makes sense to me that he's a Cloud Dragon. You know, that's he's fast, he's furious. I can see it.
Is Wolf Infernal?
Has to be, right?
Yeah, Wolf is Infernal.
Wolf is Infernal. I feel like you'd
I'm
be Ocean.
Hextech.
Hextech? I can see
I thought I
Hextech
was
as well.
Hextech, but I don't really see the lineup with my personality.
I don't, no.
Like, it doesn't, like, I'm not,
No.
yeah.
No, we're all nerds, so like it kind of makes it hard.
Yeah. If I were, like, really into science, maybe that could be interesting.
Yeah. We have our...
Wait, what is this slander? Valdez is just Mega Cone, Giga Uber Cone?
Well, you do hate Megacon, Valdez, so...
Exactly, I don't want to be compared to the cone.
No, it's even funnier that that's what Ox does, because that just infuriates you, which I do enjoy.
Keen has taken not the greatest trade. Zeus has been really good about this. You know, he hit his first item, he got it before Keen, and he's essentially just saying...
he actually TP's out.
Yeah.
Wow,
he was scared.
Yeah, he was terrified. They didn't have any vision on Peanut, and if he shows up,
to be honest,
would
like,
just die.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeus could have dove him as well. I just think the base probably would have completed, but that's going to be, what, like, probably the full wave gone by the time he gets back.
but the idea, as you were saying, like, if Peanut's there because they don't have information on him, if he's there,
Oh, he dies, yeah.
he dies 100%. So, like, if you consider that played a bunch of times out of like 100, that's probably actually the right play.
Oh, I don't think
The TP
I don't
away.
think a TP was a mistake. It's just we
No,
know
it's
because
just-
we have vision,
yeah.
right? It's the
It's
safest play.
interesting to think about, you know.
It is, yeah, for sure. Now, Keen doesn't have his first item done, by the way. Doesn't have Leandri's. Zeus is sitting on the Rift Maker, so that is a big spike. Not there for the Rumble, but people in a team fight, always scary. Now it's gone.
Okay, well, Delight gonna get, oh, that's a big knockup though from the Talia. Keen is gonna get Magnet Stormed in, but now we've got Peanut out of the fight already, and Viper just doesn't have a front line anymore. It's a triple kill for Chovy as a heavily forced team fight from HLE does go awry, and GENG will clean up.
Lore accurate ruler there, just Valkyrieing over the wall. He's like, where are they? I need kills. Chovy stole them all.
Penta?
For Chovy, which,
Yeah.
you know, kind of interesting. I want to see what actually happens. So they go in here. What happens to Delight? Just doesn't find.
He gets hit by the
knockback.
wall.
I think it is the wall, actually. Yeah, that cancels it. It looks, because I thought it was something else, but I don't think he get hit by any other skill. And then a large part of the fight is happening on the equalizer there. So even though Keen goes down, because he gets his R off, it actually, I think, does enough. Keen also, funnily enough, the one that is holding on to the eye, actually is the one that got the Herald. I'm just going back to these dragons. Dagon is, what is Dagon? Mountain?
Mountain Drake.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
he's built like a mountain.
He is, yeah. Yeah, that's an easy one, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's got like a shield
Yeah.
around him, you know?
Yeah. What drakes do we have left?
We have Ocean.
We have Ocean, we have Hextech, we have Elder.
Elder.
Wait, is Wolf Elder Dragon?
I think he's just Infernal.
I think he is Infernal.
Yeah. A love-hate relationship between me and Giga Cone. It's just a hate relationship. Peanut's dead. Speaking of cones, yeah, if you cone and you don't have vision on the other side and you're alone, you can get in trouble. So be careful about that. Ruler is going to be caught up, but it was a bait all along. It's actually Viper who gets caught out and baited into it. Now Ruler getting pretty low as Keen is, not Keen, rather Zeus gets in. A big knockup comes in from Canyon as it's just one-upping at every moment. Like, it looked like Ruler was caught, but then Duro comes in. As now maybe they're going to get Duro here, but basically just collateral damage. It's still a big win for GENG.
The consolation Duro is not. That's not what you want.
Look at this.
They got 2 turrets. Okay.
And the dragon.
Actually, this is insane. The game was basically still even. Okay. And now in the span of what is it? Like 2 minutes? Not even. Like what was this? Like
It's like a minute and a half.
Like a
maybe.
minute and a half sequence. They kill Peanut. because he has the eye, topside turret is taken by Keen, who gets out. Then they also win the mid lane play. And while all of this is happening, Jovi's just pushing in bot. Look at this, right? All turrets are up. Everything's looking fine. Peanut takes a Boscon, trying to set up for the dive. Gets found by Canyon. Just straight up dies, which I'm kind of wondering, did he take the path around? Did not spot him on the red ward? Or on the pink ward? We don't know. So they look for a play onto Ruler. Viper goes in, but Duro with perfect timing shows up, finds the flash shield, and then they take him down. They invest Zeus' TP as well, by the way, which leaves top lane open. And then Canyon with perfect timing. Literally has run from that topside play to mid, wins that. Then Zeka tries to get anything out of it, which he does. But then Harold's dropped in top, Chovy's left alone, and now it's a 3K gold lead and 2 Drakes.
Yeah, I feel like that whole sequence is like, yeah, they're getting free kills.
That's just...
But it's so GENG. It's so good for just encapsulating everything that they do correctly in terms of a macro sense. And I just want you to hold this in your mind for the entire day because we have Rise Group coming up later.
Yeah, this is, so what you're saying is that this, you might think this is cool, but you have no idea.
Yeah, you just have no idea what kind of macro you can see.
What you're in for.
Yeah, it's just really, it's really next level when we get later. You'll just have to wait and see. Bro DNF coming up later. The jungle gap, definitely very big. It does help that Peanut kind of just ran in without vision, trying to set up a dive.
So back to Dragons.
Back to Dragons. Who's Ocean Drake? Is it just you?
Probably.
I don't
so
know.
So we still have, we have Ocean and Hextech
peace,
left.
Tranquility.
Yeah, we have Ocean and Hextech left, right?
Yeah.
Between those two, I think it makes more sense if I'm Ocean, you're Hextech.
I guess so.
Didn't you do science at some point? You're the more sciencey between the two of us.
I did take a physics class.
Well, there you go. You know, I went into my degree because it didn't have any calculus.
So you're not allowed to be.
I'm not allowed to be Hextech.
Yeah,
no,
so
even though it's my favorite Drake.
Just by default. Yeah, and you know, like generally the ocean is pretty like peaceful,
yeah, I go with
tranquil, right? But sometimes the waves.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes there's a storm,
Is the game just done? I mean, it's Genji. I'm asking this question knowing the answer.
Well, Chronicler, you were the guy that thought this was going to be a 2-1, okay?
Yeah, it's only game 1.
Yeah, true.
It's gone.
Yeah, Delight trying to get in. This is not old Rel, so yeah,
I mean,
it's not going to happen.
Even with the Smite, right? Like, has been nerfed. Canyon with Wukong should never lose that.
Yep. And
so I like that Delight looks for it, but...
Might as well,
yeah,
right?
You should.
If it was old Rel, and you've got Smite as well, think about that. You probably actually count that as Rel.
Oh, no, for sure. You should.
By yourself, yeah. Yeah, that was a...
And Rel jungle.
That was a toxic...
It did give us that owner play.
It did, yeah.
That I'll never forget that one, man. That shit, that was crazy.
It absolutely was.
Delight?
Delight, yeah, he's just taking a bunch of poke damage here. Just kind of sitting on the equalizer as in they go, very deep. There's the combo, but look at the peel coming through, and Peanut immediately just dies. Zeus, though, is able to frontline, takes out Ruler. Absolutely a chance here for the side of HLE, but ooh, just gonna take a stick to the head there. At least they trade for Keen, but meanwhile, Chovy just picking up a consolation support. And now Canyon going on in, gonna get the barrier out. Kind of playing with fire here, as very low are the health bars on the side of HLE, but they desperately want one more kill to try to catch up in this game. They're not gonna get it though.
Oh, and that was a nice attempt there from Humble Life. The comeback play just not quite working out. Because at first it looks like they actually have something going here, right? GENG goes very aggressive in the contest. The light is so low and it creates a false sense of security. Then Peanut with the flash ult. Zeka flashes in. But the zoning from Duro actually means that Peanut dies. Eventually Ruler will go down. It just takes a little bit of time. And then here, that stopwatch from Keen, I think, actually saves the play. It allows Canyon to get his cooldowns, jump back in. And even though eventually the Rumble goes down, he gets the cross or the counter kill together with Chovy, and then here. So Chovy is sitting right now on Blackfire, Torch, and Zhonya's. That's the setup.
Yep. He is 5-0.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. He could build roll out Cosmic Drive in it. If you're 2k gold up, who cares?
Love that combo. Yeah. Should have gone Lich Bane, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't remind him.
Big combos. Now we got this combo here once again between the Vi and the Taliyah. Keen's just running forward.
Dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. He's trying to zone for the Hextech.
I don't think
Soul.
they didn't have Corki on this. It's going to be tight timing here.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to a flip. It goes to the Corki of all people. And now they are just very far deep in a big Miko up, but the man advantage will go the way of HLE still. Ruler has to flash away from this one.
Snip, snip!
And here we go. We got a wall as well. And this time, ooh, it's just barely going to get out. Oh, Viper snipes him down. And finally, HLE gets something going in this game.
And even though the soul point goes to GENG, Alba Life showing that their mid-game team fights are on par with their opponents. Probably the best 0-4 Gwen performance that I've seen.
Yeah.
Actually, crazy amounts of damage. As Keen missteps here. We see Chovy trying to maybe make something happen, but just isn't really meant to be. As then, if Ruler is actually on this Drake from the beginning, I don't think this is as close. They can probably peace out, but he was on the mid wave pushing. And then there, it's the fact that Delight actually sets up Duro and Chovy that makes this play, I think, work out, right? If Chovy just can peel back, remain in safety, I don't think it quite works out as despite a beautiful sidestep here. Viper
Zap
catches him just at the end there with the laser. And then it means that the gold lead remains close. I still think GENG is in a good spot in this game because Chovy's about to finish Death Cap. They are sitting on Hextech Soul point. Hextech Soul is way too busted. But this Homo Life team fighting, I don't think we would have seen 3-4 weeks ago. And the cohesion is getting better. And wouldn't it be nice if we were a 3-team region, Valdez, instead of a 2-team region?
You know, that would be nice. Fortunately, yeah. Anyway, let's get into this Baron one as Peanut is here. He has charged up his Q. But now Duro just trying to zone him away. Peanut gonna not be able to flash in. Doesn't have it, and the combo just keeps him away. The smite is easy to the Rumble. Going in, though, as now they have the damage on a Viper. And he is kind of just frontlining here on the Sunara. And the needles do come out as well. Chovy is basically a raid boss at this point in time. He doesn't have his shockwave anymore. So the zoom-ins are kind of funny, but he's still able to tank it up. And Ruler here, full health still.
Seka! Ooh, gets out.
Yeah.
But they did lose Nash and trade it down. So it's not ideal. Oh,
ah, 0-5. Oh, wait, maybe he got some kills in the last fight. No, no, he's just 0-5. Canyon, he's eaten well today, I feel. He's really been enjoying this Wukong.
He's really been, the re-engages have been amazing as, even though Peanut gets out, watch this, the shockwave into equal, and Duro even hits the roof.
Yep.
And Duro, even though he keeps going down every single time, hits ults that he needs to. And the only other team in the LCK that would have gone for a Baron play with that level of confidence is T1, right? Like, the confidence, like, guys, we have enough ults, just keep Peanut out of the pit. Duro, just use your ult, that's fine. We can win the team fight afterwards anyway. We have a good position, we're ahead in this game. And GENG, when they're pushing their leads, are just relentless. Now, that death from Zeus, that was just playing up a greedy recall. Definitely should have just walked into his own base.
Yeah.
Fine.
Canyon's getting a lot more spicy with the emoting. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah, we're getting a lot more from him nowadays. Maybe he's been watching more LEC.
Look at that. That's... The fact that they actually brought it back to, like, what was it, like 1k gold deficit, immediately cooked again. Because now, look at the Red Bull Baron power play. 120, that's timing up perfectly for Drake.
Yeah.
The deep flank.
The deep flank. He's still flanking. In fact, we just don't even know where he is. There he is.
There's so much vision. GENG does their homework.
Yeah.
That the classmate that when you're like, can I copy it? They're like, yes. I don't care. I did it weeks ago.
Yeah.
Before it was assigned.
I've had this archived. Cool. Yeah. I've had this archived in my notes for like how many weeks now?
I have already forgotten this. You know, I'm on to the next subject. Sure, you can copy it.
Yeah. How are they going to use their Baron here to set up on this? Because I feel like HLE, they'll have enough time to maybe sack some of the lanes.
Oh, you just use the Baron buff to get Prio, right? And then you have first access to River. That's all you need. Because
It
I think,
feels like HLE are trying desperately to contest.
well, you can't give Hextech Soul. It's just, there are souls
Yes.
where you can be like, it's fine. You know, you're Hextech
I know.
guy.
I am Hextech Soul. We
Well,
got a
you're the
flank.
dragon. I wouldn't say you're the soul.
Oh.
It's presumptuous.
Wow.
Yeah, come on, Brandon.
Can't believe you would take that away from me.
I guess you can,
not
be,
very
you can be
nice.
the soul. It's fine.
Canyon's on the flank here. Nice control ward, actually, going to spot his angle. Seemed like they had an inkling where he was coming from. And so trying to get Banana Brush control here with some seismic shoves, some vision being thrown in, but
Ruler's just taking Drake.
Duro is going to go in. I mean, Delight's very low. He just has to send it. Meanwhile, the Zhonya's comes in for Toby. That's not the target you want to go for as Peanut, and it's all falling apart here for the side of HLE. GENG, they've got Zhonya's for days, and they kill Yunara in the blink of an eye, and that will be the Hextech Soul and the end of this game as GENG are just too far ahead.
I like the attempts from Honma, and every time you hold your breath and then you breathe out because you look at GENG and everyone's fine. We actually have a really nice, I think, multi-flank setup here. We have Zeus coming through the pit, Peanut coming from the top side, but Delight takes too much damage. Chovy with a beautiful stopwatch, completely maybe if they go on to Keen there, that could have been something. But I'm pretty sure Keen also, yeah, has stopwatch. So,
Yeah.
like, who do you actually go on? On this team, can't go on to Wukong. They go on to Nico, obviously, because they have to turn to someone, but Duro is very happy to just go down. I don't think he's too bothered. And that was the Hail Mary, the final shot for Humble Life. If they win that fight, if they deny the soul, I think that the game is still playable, but wasn't meant to be, Valdez. And now you will get hextech badly.
Yeah. Canyon about to be 4 levels ahead of his opponents. He's just been part of pretty much every single team fight. He doesn't have 100 kill participation, but they also have 20 kills. Meanwhile, he's going to find Peanut, and he's got Chovy nearby. So Chovy collects that kill. And Peanut, unfortunately, is kind of running into the dark jungle, gets punished big time.
I'm going to be, yeah, guys, nothing that happens from this point on is actually, like, you're going to look for 1% plays just to try and get anything done.
Yeah.
Hope that you can just luck your way into not being spotted on any vision or any boards or any champions.
See if you can make it to the opposite side of the map without being seen.
Yeah.
And then just back because, you know.
No, that's when
The
you
game's
go,
over.
That's when you go for the Giga flank. You know, the
Yeah.
legends of Pool Base still to this day are told in the LCK, Valdez.
That's true.
Yeah, Hextech Soul is just not. It's also, again, who do you go for? Because Ruler is probably the best target, but he's a Corki with Flash and Valkyrie. Then there's 2 Zhonyas, a GA, and then going onto Nico. That can't be the right call.
Okay, well, this is one way to...
We're Hail Marrying!
we got TPs, and they've already backed into a stable Phalanx.
Oh, you gotta try.
Ooh, that slowdown is pretty huge. There's the Zhonyas. They're going to get it. We'll see the follow-up. They will catch Chovy. Chovy's just dead, but so is Zeus. I think the wallets are just too heavy. As maybe if Zeus stays alive, maybe if they're able to stay as a 5-man unit after getting that pick, perhaps they would have been able to get something going. But instead, it's just a 1-for-1. This is not bad for HLE, but I just don't know if it's enough.
That's the real issue, right? Mid for top is a fine trade. Although I think the Gwen is very... Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good shove. GENG is taking a bit of a risk here.
Yeah, a little bit. Peanut is going to be zoned away once again by the Pop Blossom. And yeah, they're just pushed away too much.
They're too far behind.
Or rather, Zeka is going to go down. And yeah, the wallets are just too heavy. They also got the Baron on top of all of this. And with the Hextech Soul and 10,000 gold, the lead, GENG will just end this game right now.
In the mid game from Hanwha, still a big upgrade of where they were, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But GENG giving up Yunara and not being bothered whatsoever as Canyon just maximizing his cooldown.
He's having a great time today, honestly.
He has been.
He's just obviously having a lot of fun.
Look at that face.
Yeah.
That's the face. It's Canyon, so that actually is the face of fun.
He's got a big smile on his face. A big Canyon smile.
For Canyon standards. Yeah, no, for sure.
Look.
Look!
Look, he's smiling so big.
Oh my. It's okay.
So happy.
Oh, for Humble Life, back to the drawing board on that one. It's so telling to me that we have two teams in the LCK right now that are very far ahead of the curve, and they beat you in such different ways. T1, known as a brawler, right? They fight you, they turn, they batter you down. But GENG, I feel like this game was playable. They made 3 mistakes. Peanut got top, then they tried to make a mid play, and then from that point on, even despite their best efforts, I think the game was always kind of out of their hands.
Yeah.
You just don't get to make any mistakes.
Yeah, just play perfectly and you can beat them.
Yeah.
Or just hope they have an off day, which it has happened. But it doesn't look like this game number 1 was one of their off day games. So they get everything. They get all the Void Grubs, the Herald, the Otacon, the Drakes, and 2 Barons. So HLE, they got 3 towers and some kills, but that was about it. The game was basically over for quite a while. And Jovi is getting a lot of support from the fans, obviously, after what was a very clean game from him and a very clean game from the rest of the team on top of it all. So HLE, they're back at the drawing board. They'll have to figure out what to draw on that board, but I'm not sure if they have the markers to do so. GENG 1-0. We'll find out what happens after the break.
갈게. 노플 노플.
야, 하지 마라. 오공 살짝만 봐줘.
괜찮아. 유다 노플.
좀 해줘.
여기 있는 거 같긴 해, 바이. 내가 여기 바이 여기 있다.
가이 정면.
실자에 탈리야.
살려 먹게.
먹자.
먹게 우리 먹게.
바이 큐 없어. 탈리야 다 봤어. 나이스. 가보죠. 야, 뭐 하려 때만 해? 끝내러 가자.
아까 왜 끝나네.
You have people waiting at home, but I only have the game.
You're just, you're committed to the game, Chrono.
I am. Don't you know it?
Bard first ban. I mean, Duro's Bard has also been excellent, but they didn't do it in game 1, so very much switching up their bans here for game 2.
What else are we going to see? Maokai was the ban second time, or on the second ban first time around for GENG. Could still just hold on to that. Notable picks that are available. Ambessa, I think, should be high on the prio list here. We have Sion. I have kind of been, I've been selling my Trundle stocks. I feel like he just hasn't really looked that good, which is good because I feel like it's one of those picks where we counter pick him and then we're like, man, he's strong. And then we start blind picking him and then we're like, why are we losing? I don't know.
Still haven't figured it out.
What could prompt this? The Aurora ban going to continue as well, which makes sense. It's a flex pick for GENG. And the champion is kind of busted as well. What are we going to see here to open with? Pantheon would be the no-brainer ban. It's going to be Ahri instead. So this should prompt a Peanut pickup of the Pantheon, but no. And this is the problem, right? This is really what it comes down to when it comes to GENG. You don't want to give Chovy Azir. I get that.
Yeah.
So now Canyon's getting Pantheon, which is also bad.
It's hard when you have so many different members and so many different roles that are fantastic at certain picks. It just makes it impossible to ban everything away and take everything away. So Pantheon's obvious, but what do they go with the Pantheon is another thing to think about. Okay, just a Ziggs.
Probably for Chovy.
Yeah.
The Ziggs flex has come out before from GENG as Ruler's like, that's not for me, right? Although that to me is still one of the, I feel like we've kind of glossed over the fact that Ruler, the guy that literally was known for never, ever, 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 ever playing anything but 80 carries, he's just happy playing Ziggs now. He's done it a decent amount of times. He's looked good.
Ziggs is just that fun.
Well, I agree, but
Lucian Braum.
Lucian Braum, I mean, not. I guess it is Lucian Braum.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't like Blind Braum. I'm just not a fan, Valdez.
It's Blind Braum and it's flexible Ziggs. I mean, they're just picking this for power. You know, they're just saying, okay, Lucian Braum is strong. We want this.
It's a good 2v2, obviously.
And they're not picking for Peanut, which, to be honest, I think is a decent idea. Thinking about the Rakan here for Duro, and that is going to be the lock-in. So...
And Rakan is one of the few engage supports as well, which is why I don't like it picked up here, that they pick it up here. That I think isn't really too bothered by Braum, right? Like Leona, Nautilus, these type of picks, trying to play into it is a nightmare. What this does do is it really creates interesting diversity in drafts, because normally what happens is teams pick topside and then they just ban a lot of supports like Alistar, Rakan normally are second rotation bans. Not going to see any of that. So instead, we'll have to see, as this makes me believe that GENG's looking to just blind a pick for Keen and keep hidden what's going to happen with the Ziggs, which I think makes sense. I think Sion, if you have counter pick, is not a problem for Keen, but if you're going to be blind picking like what, like Renekton here, and Bessa, I think is another one that we can go towards. Either of those will make a ton of sense to just be blinded here.
They know Chronicler.
They know it's a flex.
They are aware. They have the critical information. And
it really does feel like it's most likely mid.
Yeah, I mean, it was picked right after the Azir. It's got a pretty good matchup into the Azir. But you don't have to interact with the Azir at all.
It's just, this is something that so many of our, like, Domo used to be known for this as well, right? Like, the amount of flex picking that happens, it just makes drafting, especially in Fearless, so much harder. Adds so many permutations as to what's going where. Like, what are we actually going to face? What is the comp going to look like? Xin Zhao taken away, just a strong pick. Do note that the Poppy is still open, which actually I would have preferred as a ban over the Xin Zhao. I feel like Poppy goes really hard. It's a Peanut special. It goes well with Azir. Watch Keen like slam Poppy top. I'm kidding. You don't blind Poppy top. That's not good.
Yeah. Or they just pick for Ruler here. Or Chovy. You know, still an option, but at this point we're all on the Chovy's playing Ziggs hype train. And it looks like a Jhin is going to be the answer. So Jhin Rakan is the bottom lane. And you have amazing range with Ziggs and the Jhin together. Okay.
And yeah, so they value a Keen counter pick over keeping hidden what Ruler's playing and keeping the flex hidden, which I think is fair. It looks like based on the bans, as you're saying, Hololive kind of caught it. And also, does it really, like what 80 carry could you pick it that really changes your comp or mid laner? I don't think there's too many. It's probably going to be what, Ambassador to Renekton then?
Yeah, seems very likely, given the players as well. Could be like a Cassante, like a Keen Sante angle if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
provide more
anything
frontline
that has setup for Ziggs, I think is good.
Yeah.
Right? The benefit of damage is that you do have the Jhin, who I think into the Tomwa comp is probably going to be fine. Yeah, come on, that should not come as a surprise.
Yeah.
I want to see peak Peanut Poppy, man. Give me the Peanut of 2 years ago, just chain ganking, dive in bot. Because we haven't seen that form in recent times. The Vi game was also kind of a struggle, because I think despite the KDAs, I think Zeus in particular actually did have a good game. Ended up looking kind of silly, but the amount of damage he was able to pump out was crazy. Come on. It's Renekton.
No, it's Kled.
I mean, GENG, you're allowed to have fun. But did they actually want to give
No,
this
it's
away?
Teemo.
Oh my god. Okay, now we're just... None of these are happening. It's Yorick or... I can see Yorick. It's Yorick or Renekton.
Yeah.
So, what I like about the Yorick is that Keen has actually been a really good Yorick. Been one of our better team fighting Yoricks, which started out as a meme. It's just real now.
He has a donut as well. He's got a circle.
Very true.
Circles comp with two.
But most importantly, I want you to imagine what happens to turrets when a team like GENG has Yorick 6 and Pantheon to cover side lanes. It's not okay.
They die. The turrets die.
The
That's what I
turrets are
figured
not
it out.
there.
They die.
They do.
They die really fast.
Oh yes.
They crumble, and
Turn into dust.
they turn into dust.
Disintegrate.
Yeah. It's all just space dust after all. And that's where the turrets are going into this comp. Now, I do feel like if they don't get pressure, it can be a little bit of a struggle. But it is still GENG. LOL is momentum, I believe is what that sign says. That's a really angry orange. He's very determined.
I imagine he's saying, I'm gonna win. We're gonna do it today. Yeah!
We got this. Come on.
Do they got this? I think the draft is good. I just don't know if it's enough.
Peanut's playing Poppy.
That is
I
good.
like the angle.
It's a good teamfight draft.
It is.
Cohesive.
It's a very evil Zig skin chosen by Chovy. Classic Chovy as we're getting ready for game number 2.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Alrighty, game number 2 on the cards here. This time Zeus is being bullied just a little bit. Actually, no, it's Keen who's being bullied quite
dead.
a lot. He is
Dead.
super dead. He's not even going to bother flashing. As the Lucian Braum from the top rope, he did not expect that. We saw a little bit of this in game 1 too, but he got away after using his flash.
Yeah, let's be very real. Level 1, you're not gonna beat Braum Lucian. There's just not really a way.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
And we have a nice invade there, as you're saying. They probably went for like a 2 or 3 man invade through the top rush, and then caught Keen in the rotation. Early start, nice here for Hanwha Life. Did they also got first blood in the first game, right?
I don't know if they got first blood, but they definitely.
They got. I know they got the early lead, but I forgot.
It kind of feels like they did.
What was the champions again?
It was Tliavai.
Didn't they kill the Rumble?
Yeah, they made the play on top lane. Wasn't that first blood?
Yep.
On the ruler
Oh, and then they traded back.
with the wall.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That was the first blood. So Jin Rakan, when it comes to the laning phase, not really going to be anything to write home about. They're fine, but they're not really as impressive as the Lucian and Braum are going to be looking to be. As we take another look, and yeah, it's just topside invade. I kind of like the bait in here from Zeus, you know, the feigning of weakness. He's like, no, don't attack me. As he has Braum Lucian coming in. And you see Gen Jesus, so like, okay, if they're here, we can't do anything. Just wisely choose to back off. And then we do get confirmation it was indeed the first blood with the nice play towards topside. So Hanwha Life, off to a good start here.
Yeah, another good start. It's just about getting that start and getting some momentum, because LOL is momentum.
And momentum is not to be confused with tempo vibe.
No, it's totally different. It could not be farther from each other if they tried.
No.
Yeah,
Have you come around on tempo vibes? Or you're still kind of...
come around.
Well, I feel like initially you
I was
kind of-
always a fan.
Okay, that's my bad. I don't want to miss...
Since day one.
I don't want to misrepresent
I am a tempo
your
vibe
position.
hipster.
Well, weren't we all? Because we were all there. Well, I wasn't
Not
there,
all of
actually.
us.
I was watching.
Yeah, you were watching. I was desking.
Okay.
I was in the building.
I
was there.
I know it was Atlas, but it was Atlas and Ox, right? Or was it Atlas and...
It was Atlas and Ox.
Atlas and Ox, yeah. Oh, Ox is always there when something nefarious is happening.
It's always him. Always creating trouble.
Something devious.
Yep. That's why he's the toxic Chemtech Drake. He could be the Soul too.
I mean, we do have a lot more leeway when we get to, you know, designate Soul and Drake differently, but I feel like generally they are pretty much aligned, right?
Yeah. So last time Chovy played Ziggs, we did have Ox talking about it quite a bit.
The W max.
The W max, the aggressive satchels with the W max. Here's Peanut. And they're trying to set up a dive here. We do have Canyon moving down towards his Gromp, so he might actually spot Peanut here right on time. There's no Gromp there. That's weird. He's going to find the Poppy, though, and keep him alive. Peanut just running away as fast as he possibly can with the steadfast presence. Doesn't want any more action.
As Chovy, obviously pre-first base, Ziggs is a glorified caster minion, so he's going to have to go back and start buying some items. He's keen on the Yorick. We've really kind of, I think, gone full circle in Yorick, where at the beginning we were like, okay, this champion doesn't actually do that much, and then we went to, okay, no, he's OP. Then he got hit a little bit. Yeah, Chovy has TP'd in, right? So
yeah,
gonna go really aggressive with these trades. Do note, though, not actually going for the early tier, which is something we've seen a lot of. I didn't check his runes. I'm gonna be assuming he's running Presence of Mind, and I mean, he's definitely running Mana Flow Band. That one's a no-brainer, but
yeah.
Which there's a lot of matchups where you don't really need the tier, and Chovy's also been pretty good about building or buying tier, but not building it into anything. Definitely known as one of our mid laners that, together with, I think, Showmaker, particularly during his heyday, was also known for really going deep into minute builds and buys and rune choices.
Double mask.
Yeah, double mask. Showmaker, like, we've had him do things like, I remember he was into, what was it? It was like Little Blanc in the Galio, and he would buy a longsword first base just to really keep, or he start with it just to keep the pressure up. Stuff like that. It's always fun to see how players are looking for the minute advantages. We do get, I think, confirmation. Oh no, so we're looking at Zeka's runes versus Chovy's. So we're going to find out soon what Chovy actually did pick up, as there is the first bomb.
Yeah. It's definitely pretty useful to just drop it, especially after Zeka uses cooldowns and can't quite avoid it. Just for tempo, actual tempo, not tempo vibes. You don't want to be confusing those two.
Absolutely
Totally
not.
different as well.
Nice and relaxed early game.
Yeah, feels a bit like game one. Just kind of hanging out, waiting for some level 6s to be hit. Especially like the Recon level 6, Canyon level 6 could potentially set up some kind of gank. I do wonder if Zeka's going to look for an angle onto the Ziggs, onto Chovy.
So Chovy not actually going Presence of Mind, but going Legend Hate and Cut Down. Now I know the Cut Down will be well received, but we'll see how his mana holds up with...
He did go Scorch.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, I think for Chovy that doesn't surprise me. He is the #1 Scorcher. Is he going... That's a Catalyst.
He's going Rod. When I saw the 2 crystals, I'm like, yeah, he's
okay,
doing
so there is still a road to be... Oh, there we go. Thank you so much for the rune setup. There's still a road to be supremely based, which would be to just build Catalyst and not building into Rod, which is actually something you can do, which I think could be good. I don't think that's what we're getting. I think that...
yeah,
I'm
doesn't seem like
maybe it's good Ox is not on today.
It is. Just in general. Oh, I felt bad doing it. But I had to.
You know he would.
He would, yeah, he definitely would. So I had to do it as a revenge for what he would do, even though he didn't do it.
But he would.
He would do it, so I had to do it. Look at the poke damage with that W.
Well, and now I don't
Hasn't
know.
hit level 8 yet,
At least
so.
if he goes row, I don't have to be worried about his mana anymore.
Canyon just kind of hanging out here. He's going to find a Braum. He's got Duro with him, who is level 6. Zeka going to make his way over a bit sooner. But with Ruler up on the top side and being Jin.
The burst is really good for Hanwha. They also have a good amount of teamfight CC. But when it comes to single target damage, I do think you have to be a little bit careful of GENG. particularly with that Pantheon, who is just kind of busted, as we all know. And now Banana Burst control is being taken. Ziggs' zone control obviously very strong. Good at holding these choke points. Prior will be taken for Viper in top though. I think both teams are looking to get the 2-to-1 corrupt trade. I don't think it's really realistic for either to expect to get all three, as Viper's threatening, but look at that. There's the mines.
Yeah, Chovy a little bit low on mana. Something to look out for. Peanut late on the Steadfast Presence, going to be on cooldown now. Cullen comes out just as a, ooh, nice flash here out of Duro. Going to avoid that Poppy ult. And Canyon and the boys say, we want 3. As now the quickness is going to come in, trying to peel, but a big divide comes through from the side of Zeka, but a big bomb over the top as well. And now the health bar's extremely low here on both sides, but guess who's got Jin? It's Ruler, it's GENG, and they're trying to snipe. They're going to at least push them away. No kills just yet, but here comes the Pantheon. Canyon getting in there with like no health. Getting very spicy, but nobody falls in the trade. Canyon wants this last grub, though.
Much ado about nothing, as I do think Canyon is going to be able to pick this one up. It's like, where's my heal? Where's my heal? Obviously not anything anymore, but he's fine. No one else can contest. So I actually think Duro plays this really well. He's able to first flash the ultimate, right? And then watch as he, I think initially is looking to turn onto Viper, but with the flash decides to instead re-engage, which I think actually ends up mattering a lot because it means that he ends up saving Chovy, who was getting focused. Ruler, not the best sniping I've seen. Could have definitely gotten a little bit more done there. And then right here, Chovy trying to follow up with an aggressive satchel. Canyon confident to go in, which, I mean, it is kind of crazy. As yep.
I was waiting. I just wanted to see what he was going to max. And, max second, obviously. Look at the harass damage.
Basically, what we need now is a space interview where we specifically grill him on. Because, I mean,
I thought you meant we're going to, like, call Ox up.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm sure he's sitting at home watching this.
Yeah.
Simultaneously happy that Ziggs is picked and also sad. Also, I just want to point out, he did buy short-pan boots instead of a blasting. I don't know, maybe man can dream.
Man can dream.
You'd think if you go Roa, you want to finish. I know Roa, you can also delay it and play for the later power spike, and you
probably
get the level up, and it's. I know it's probably just that, but I also want to hear because you know, Chovy has mentioned, one of our very smart players here in the LCK. I'm always interested to hear what the thought process is. This dragon is definitely going to go right. It's free drakes or free grubs rather for a dragon. That's an honest trade. That's what we do.
This is the LCK. Honest trades, honest gameplay. LCK.
Except if you're in Rise Group. Then you're in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max-esque movie where everything is a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out Rise Group later today. We've been workshopping a lot of... Like, Rise Group is a lot of things right now. It's real. It's a mirror. It's fries. It's Chovy.
All right, just going to drop a bomb on top of Zeka, who's in a bit of trouble, but a nice ult away from the side of Peanuts. And there's the satchel. That's why you like it. You get it back. Looking for another bomb here, but it's not quite going to have the range. And now Chovy a bit out of mana. Doesn't really have... you can clear this wave, but that's about it.
I kind of want to see the angle again, but if Peanut hits a wall slam with the Chovy there, I think he might have died. Because the wall was up, right? That's one of the reasons why we see this combo.
Yeah.
As Zeus is Beyblading as best as he can, but Keen has Sheen and played at steel caps. So he doesn't care. Doesn't want to lose his lady, but yeah, that was a bit rough. Nicely done there by Zeus, who does have Eclipse, by the way, so like, is very strong and has to be respected. One on the spikes coming through for Humble Life across the board. All right, Chovy, this is the moment. Come on,
all right.
Do it.
Let's see that blasting wand.
Oh.
Kill the dreams of Chronicler. He spilled a full Roa. He didn't even build a... Oh, God. Yeah.
He is the #1 Roa merchant, I think, in the league.
It gets him ahead of his opponent. And so does Satchel Max.
No, I
Right?
do truly believe the only reason it works is just because he's ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
I've seen so many champions build Roa and not do damage.
Yeah. I mean,
I've seen these things with my very eyes, Vel.
we have seen it a lot. Ziggs is very good at farming, right? Just clearing waves, and it feels like it's very much in Chovy's wheelhouse to just pick a champ like this, get a row to get ahead of your opponent even farther, and just wait until like 2-3 items and then take over the game. Yeah, there's the Satchel, gonna get over the wall. The exhaust gonna make his life pretty hard here. Just not going to have his flash up in time, and Zeka easily going to be able to collect on that.
Nicely done there by Humble Life. Even with the added tankiness, not enough to keep him alive. But let's be real, in that position, I don't think there's any item setup that does keep him alive, as we get the highlight from production. 8 seconds before Chovy's flash is available, by the way. So just a really nice timing there from Delight and Zeka, catching Chovy in a rotation. And Hanwha Life actually fighting back in this early game. But I actually really love the space segment on this, where they really... Yeah, okay, I got nothing. They knew Delight was there, by the way. He was very aware. It was just a big mistake from Chovy. Ends up getting caught. Also the exhaust from Delight, any insult to injury, no way he's ever getting out. But for Hanwha Life, funnily enough, more so than any other Legend team, barring, you know, KT Nongshim, their issue has been actually taking a lead and turning it into a win. And that against GENG is, I think, harder to do than any other team in the LCK. As the Herald has started, GENG a little behind the play. Chovy obviously does have his ult, and they're just going to let it go, it looks like. Really nice timing here. Hanwha Life keeps the proactivity up. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, they started right away, and Chovy just bought without TP, so not really much they could do to you know, stop that from going down. Satchel comes in, but obviously just a little bit early on that turret. Trying to just hit him back. He ain't gonna make his way down to the bottom lane now, but yeah, nice little lead here. Trying to stop it back, not gonna work out. Probably should have just used it on the wave.
Yeah, he was looking for the recall cancel there, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, he knew that it was there. Yeah, for a second there, I'm like, you had vision of the... There's no way Chovy would miss a minion wave.
Yeah.
No way.
It's suspicious. Are we sure that's him?
Yeah, but instead, obviously was trying to look for the base, but says that the empowered recall, so not going to be the case. And nice early game lead. We do have still a good amount of great dragons available here. Triforce is done. What I'm Spikes now more readily available. Is I kind of wonder who's is Keen just going to TP top? He's going to run there. Should be able to get there as Hanwha Life again. Prio here, thanks to the power of that Lucian Braum, who now in mid game do see giving their value over to Hanwha, allowing him to get the first rotation onto Drake, and they started up cleanly. Objective control for Hanwha Life has been really good this game.
Yeah, should be double dragon here for HLE. Now, will they roll high with the soul?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
They roll very high.
So what's next for Chovy? Cosmic Drive?
Cosmic Drive? You're not serious.
I'm seeing a Codex spell, that's...
Codex builds into a lot of things, okay?
I know, I'm just...
He's going Horizon Focus.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Although it's definitely not the highest damage build we've ever seen from his eggs. Trying to fight over this vision here, as now the quickness gonna get the flash out of Viper. Just trading flashes essentially. Now in the front line, this is gonna be a Braum in a bit of trouble here. Delight gonna drop his ult. As now a big bomb does come over the top, but Delight's kind of out of the play now. And again, they're not really fighting over anything except that one control ward. And I guess like a bit of prio in mid.
Gotta keep that brush control, Valdez.
He stopped the back, by the way.
Yep, nicely done. Not able to get back to his base. His Delight does buy a little bit of space here for GENG as these little back and forths keep happening. And Zeus, I think for the second game in a row, kind of just by himself building the lead. Even though this time around he did get... or he got the counter pick, right? Because the best was picked on 4, Yorick was picked on 4 as well.
Yorick was picked on 5.
Was it? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Get the counter pick to Keen. So Keen got the counter pick. Zace is still doing really well in the early matchup. I think the Yorick pick is also more so just one of his biggest strengths is that you don't really have to give Yorick any attention. He just kind of does his thing.
Yeah, it's a top laner's pick. He's just out there on an island. He will push if you're not there. If you are there, the Maiden will be annoying, and it's going to be hard to trade into him. And
He's a full item down, though.
He's
That's
just
a
immovable.
little spooky.
Hey, he's a half item behind.
Well, yeah, but it is
Okay.
Shojin versus Tunneler. I know Tunneler's OP, but...
Yeah, it is. All things considered, I mean, it's still a relatively even game.
Oh,
Does feel like HLE are getting quite a lot in this early game.
Telling me he's not going Cosmic Drive.
Yeah, no, not this time.
It's telling, though, that Hanwha Life really stepping up their game in this one, because despite the Yorick and the Ziggs, we're still seeing first turtle going over to them. Means defeats as well. And GENG, they're just biding their time. Now, we do know after last game that all it takes is a few moments of weakness for GENG to take over again. That might be right here as Duro TPing in, but immediate counter TP. That's enough to say no thank you.
Yeah. Trading a Spellbook TP for the mid laner's TP on the other side.
That's a big win.
It's a win.
Okay. You don't want to qualify it as big?
It's a decent win.
So, on the range from minute to giant, where would it
Decent.
Okay.
It's a decent win. It's not huge. I wouldn't even classify it as big.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool if you feel that way. I thought it was, but I guess I'm wrong, Valdez.
It's okay. You can't always be right. Sometimes make mistakes as well.
Even Faker misses skill shots.
Yeah. And we're just kind of hanging out. Just
We're just
waiting
having
here.
a good time. 2-item spikes now starting to get hit.
We're GENG and Brewing.
They do like that. They are out of the, I think, the legend teams, the most likely to just handshake. Okay, you guys don't want to do anything? Sure.
Because
That's
it's
cool.
they will go for plays where they're certain they're gonna win, you know? So if it's like a handshake, they're just like,
Well, I think
that's fine.
It's both that plus so much confidence in their ability to shot call late game
Yeah.
and their team fights, right? So if you, even though when you look into these two compositions, I think that either has an argument for like who you'd prefer in a team fight. I do think the Hanwha Life comp, outside of the Ziggs, scale better to me because I think their 5v5 is a lot easier to play out. But GENG is more finesse than anyone else, I think, that I know in the LCK when it comes to playing out these more difficult compositions. Going back to some of their TF fight performances when we were looking towards coming up to MSI, it was just kind of unreal.
Yeah.
Again, as opposed to T1, whose philosophy is, I will outhand you, watch me. They just do that again and again.
Yeah. T1, they're confident to take the little trades and to build big leads from it. GENG, they're confident to take the big wins. And they'll take the small losses alongside of it. Peanut's going to be caught out big time. A huge chunk into him. At least they got the quickness out of Duro. That's what you can say about this for HLE. But Peanut has to back. And now you don't have a smite, really. Trying to go in here, though, on a Duro who is able to get away. Meanwhile, though, Zeus going to take the gate and make his way over on top of the Ziggs. As, yeah, it's going to be an easy smite here to Canyon.
Peanut was here.
Yeah, he was, but now the root's going to come down. The divide comes in as well, and the shots are ringing true. Trying to get to the back line here. Zeus just trying to interrupt the curtains being called. He will be successful at that and flashes away. And yeah, just able to sidestep that one. But GENG, they got the Drake and only lost Duro for it.
Could argue that either team is not too sad about that. For Hanwha, obviously, would have loved Soul Point, but they don't really lose too much by it. GENG's only sitting on a single Drake. They got a kill. And for GENG, you deny the Soul Point stacking. But the gold lead for Hanwha Life is slowly and steadily climbing up here, Valdez.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little better about the odds of that game 3 as we take a look here Peanut gets taken very low, doesn't actually hit anyone with the ult, but is waiting, biding his time. And then Duro, man, watch this re-engage that comes through together with Keen here. Because Keen, I think, goes in, then Duro gets on top of the back line, immediately gets out, does end up dying, but I think still does his job because he allows the rest of the team to do damage, which is why the rest of Hanwha is low. And then Zeus gets the cancel, which, if he doesn't get that cancel, by the way, they just die. As,
Bit of a calling. But guess who's here? It's Canyon. And also the rest of HLE. Everybody making their way in, outside of the Ambassador who's in bot lane.
you know, I'm just saying, Valdez. I haven't seen Chovy get caught with no satchel yet.
That's true.
I'm just putting it out there. You know, Ox isn't here to threaten me for saying these things.
No, I mean, if you max your satchel, you're feeling good in the lane because it's very easy to hit poke and easy to get your Comet off. But as long as you don't spam it later for aggression and for damage because you maxed it, you're fine. Now, obviously, you're losing a lot of damage from your mines in some of the team fights, but he went Rod, so he's able to get those skills back really quickly, you know?
Yeah.
He's able to max his E a little bit quicker than other Ziggs is.
As I don't love doing Otacon into Ziggs Pantheon. I'm not, a little scary to me.
Yeah, they're kind of zoned away, though, at this point. As, ooh, nice angle. Only going to catch Duro, though.
That's big.
And the ult comes in, but it's not quite there. So, going to get Duro out of the fight. And now looking for a bit more. Not quite want to land on a Chovy here from Zeus. As now TPs are just going to go into the bottom lane, it looks like. And yeah, Otacon just picked up by Hanwha Life Esports pretty much for free.
Hanwha Life is doing such a good job of answering sidelines in this game. I think one of the biggest differences in the last one was that they lost control of their turrets very early on. But they actually haven't lost a single turret yet this game. In general, we haven't seen a lot of turrets get taken. It's really only that topside turret for GENG. But with the Otacon out, Hanwha Life extending their lead, looking at the level leads as well. I say level leads. It's Zeus and Delight. Delight will be 2 levels up, which is kind of crazy, to be fair, as he obviously has just been stuck to Viper's side the whole time, whereas Duro has been roaming a lot more, plus the pedals. And then obviously Chovy is Roa, so he's cheating. That's not, it's not fair.
Obviously unfair. Azir not able to build that item, or if they did, we would criticize it heavily, because it's just not a good idea.
Well, we haven't seen Chovy play Azir in a really long time, so I would hold off the judgment until, because it just keeps getting banned or picked away.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't think we'd be happy if he played it
The forbidden tech.
either. Got the zoom in onto the light. Maybe that's just to highlight that he is level 11. He's got a decent amount of XP on top of it. Pretty much 2 full levels ahead of Duro.
Not behind in the items though.
Satchelable. There it is. Comes on in.
Look at that. That's already off cooldown. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Yeah, there you go. Satchels galore. And
I never get the opportunity to rage bait. Oh, this is great. Is this how he always feels?
Yeah,
Man.
that's why he does it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, production.
So now you can see the cooldown difference on the satchel much lower. And the damage much higher if you do max your
Also,
W.
I feel like in this discussion, we have not talked about tower destruction threshold.
Tower destruction threshold. 35%.
Is it a coincidence that Ox has never talked about that part of it? I don't know. That's 10%.
Maybe he didn't know.
No, he definitely did.
Show it again. Look at how low that cooldown is, by the way.
Drake.
0.7.
Hanwha Life still sitting at soul point. This time, though, they're slower to the play. We'll see if Peanut can up the numbers, find someone with his ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, Peanut's just here.
They can't take too much poke. They have to be the one to pull the trigger.
Right, here it is. Oh, the ult gonna be interrupted by the satchel, I believe. Oh, he's still gonna get the smite, though. Nicely done by Peanut. This time he's got a smite button. The front line, Canyon just being chipped away at, as now Zeus goes in. Chovy in a ton of trouble. Gets taken down by Zeka, and HLE are stomping the fight against GENG. It's a 5-0, as they're gonna take them down. As at least only Peanut did go down, actually, but it's still a massive win here for HLE.
And HLE, at the very least, is going to look for a push to inhib. I don't think they can quite end. But man, soul point secured. Amazing fight win. And Hanwha Life looking to be on the precipice of bringing us to that game number 3. So we'll take another look here. Even though Peanut doesn't find the ultimate, I think it's Delight that sets up a little bit of initial damage, but it's the stun and Canyon just getting obliterated. The follow-up from Zeus, and then one of the Delages, Chovy, just gets killed immediately. Zeka finds him, Chovy doesn't get to flash, it's caught off guard. And then with those damage dealers and no frontline gone, the GENG composition crumbles like a house of cards. 8-1, soul point there, IE for Viper. Game 3?
Game 3.
Game 3?
I'm a believer now.
6 out of 6. We do it again?
Yeah. Because we know the second series is 3.
Oh, there's
100%.
absolutely no way it's not.
It can't not be. Like, that's impossible. We have QSS here for the Viper. So he has that IE, and he's doing quite a lot. Ruler pretty fast himself, so he's gonna just walk that one off. We have Void Staff finished for the Ziggs. It's not a whole lot of MR, but the game is coming along. You know, we're 30 minutes in.
I think it's fine, right? Like, there's Locket, there's just base MR at this point is actually going to be pretty high as well.
Got some Mercs in there. It does feel like a nice buy, but should be Deathcap 4th then, when he eventually does buy that. Meanwhile, gonna go in here on a Ruler, underneath the turret, doesn't care, not even able to get redemptioned. And now, Peanut able to peel very nicely against the Rakan, who's really struggling into Poppy. Who could have seen that coming? As now, with that pick on a Ruler, looks like they are looking for the Baron.
And without Ruler, so much damage is gone. Chovy is still there. There were a lot of cooldowns used there by Hanwha Life, so they need to...
Oh, it's beautiful! And Chovy just doesn't get to play the game, and neither does Canyon. It's turning into quite the large stomp here in favor of Hanwha Life Esports. Keen, yeah, maybe he can get this objective bounty, but no. TP's coming in. Oh, man. It's a lot of damage, though.
Come on, Maiden!
He's gonna get it.
Nice. I was rooting for the Maiden, not GENG, to be very clear
yes.
there. 11-1. Soul almost certainly secured, given the fact that Hanwha Life has this Red Bull Burn power play that's going to lead perfectly into it. As we take another look. No fear. Catches him. 3 items done, right? Like with Death Dance, she just becomes such a raid boss. And then there the flash plus the W from Peanut just to ensure that there was no way that it was going to go down. Watch this. Oh, the preemptive flash from Zeka. Chovyy's flash doesn't find the mark, gets swept back, and let's be real, even if he doesn't, I think he's still dead because they were circling around him.
Yep.
And now, the prophecy foretold this, Feldas.
It did.
The game 3.
I don't know what prophecy you're talking about, but it definitely foretold this.
The prophecy of me! I can prophesize. I mean, I can't. Well, I can. I just can't guarantee that it works.
Well, as long as it's not guaranteed. That's a nice satchel, though. They're going to catch Delight here in the front. He is Braum, after all, though. And Keen is actually the one taking a lot more damage. Going to get MS ulted, too. As this time Zeka goes in. Can't quite complete, as now Canyon trying to punish on the dive, but the turret's already dead. And yes, there are some low health bars here, but Ruler going to be interrupted. Zeus doing a great job of zoning them away. And they'll take that inhibitor and run away with it, as that looks funny. But he's still going to be able to get out of here. Viper continuing to push down the mid lane. Double TP coming in. And HLE, maybe they just win right here.
Zeka!
Oh, there you go. Just going to catch the two of them. And get Sturo on top of it as well. No wave, though. They do still have the Baron for a minute. And they have one caster minion. And that will be enough. Flash comes through. Trying to punish Ruler even more as he stands on the damage. Says, here, take some DPM. And we will have a game number 3. The series is on our hands as Zeus' Ambessa shines in this game number 2.
And that, to me, is another reminder of Zeus, who I think slowly and steadily climbing back to the form that we know he's capable of. The Gwen game, KD might not have looked good, but his impact in that game, his presence, I think was what kept him in it for a long time. A lot of damage on that champion. The Ambassador popping off. Also, I think, for me, even though Peanut was able to have a couple of impact plays, I still feel like he wasn't the Peanut of yore, right? But Delight having a much better game. I think the Lightning game one really struggled, even though Rel's one of his best ones. The Braum performance, though, really filled me with confidence. And Zeka as Azir, let it be known, this man does know how to play the champion. Picked it away from Chovy. As we take a look at the gold graph, that's pretty nice, pretty clean.
Yeah.
And
pretty swift.
So like game free.
Yeah, like they had that nice lead, and then it was just like boom, boom, boom. A couple of big team fights, especially that big one on the Drake, where Pino was able to smite it down and set up the beginning of the play. So good stuff from the side of Peanut, making his voice heard here in this series. And looks like we are getting ready for game number 3, guys. We have a series on our hands. It's 1-1 between Humble Life Esports and GENG. We'll take a break and have the space. We'll be right back.
나 2, 3초. 밑에 W 없다 지금. 파워 쳐볼래? 어떻게 가볼게 내가. 그래서 그날만에 파워 쳐봐. 파워 치래. 몇 개. 빅스. 더. 미니 없다. 다음 라인. 한 마리 미드 쳐봐. 네, 어차피 무조건 찼으니까 라인 있네. 좀 착하게 할래? 진. 네, 끝내.
Stuff is going to be left up this time around.
Do wonder, looking at the picks that are still available, Aurora, definitely going to be in the ban list. Feel like that one's a no-brainer. Delight, as I mentioned, I think having a much better game in the last one. I also want to highlight, though, that Zeus got counterpicked, still built a lead basically by himself, and had a really big impact in the rest of the game. As the Sivir taken away here from Viper. I really feel like Sivir as a ban, when Jarvan's still up, to me feels like a bit of a throwaway. The GENG clearly rates the pick very high. Maybe because it's specifically Jarvan and Bessa that we've seen a lot, and Bessa is obviously no longer in the pool.
Yeah.
Also, was that Pantheon's first loss?
No, it was the second.
Okay. I figured at some
Feelings
point
before.
someone else would have gotten in and then, you know, given up a trade, or was it like in a matchup where it didn't matter? As
Jarvan, they want to
Jarvan,
play
yeah.
Varus. You have to say, I mean...
Oh yeah, B1 Varus is the angle here.
Sivir banned, and now the hardcore engage of the Jarvan. I think you just have to ban it away. So they force the hand of the ban from the man in the mid lane, Zeka. And what are we going to get instead now? Stuff that has been
also
banned.
Yeah, Aurora's gone. Annie is open.
Maokai's up.
Annie Maokai. Annie B1 would make sense. I'm not personally the biggest fan of Chovy Annie But in the tier list, that would be what is in line here. Xin
Which
Hey,
I'm okay with it.
that's fine. That's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, I just feel like there are a lot of decent answers into it. Like, Peanut can just play Trundle if he wants to. And just feel very happy about that. And it doesn't quite hit as hard as it used to. Where Xin Zhao was just like, you get that, you're feeling great, it's flexible, it goes with anything. It still does that, but I feel like we've matured at the LCK past it being super dominant.
I think it's the versatility that really sells it for a lot of people. As we have Trundle Alistair, to like getting one of his prio picks. A lot of engage supports also gone. So maybe Duro gonna be feeling compelled to go to, like what, Nautilus, Leona are the two that are still open. Unless you want to go for something weirder. Can't really
Just
go
play
Cyan.
Jinx Lulu.
Yeah, I would like that. Do have to lock it in here though, otherwise one of the parts is definitely going to get banned.
Yeah.
As Chenji's not gonna get anything with us. We're not getting fun. Keen Renekton, call of the day. Renekton Rise Zinzao, the least inspiring.
Yeah.
Not saying bad. I'm just saying.
Just not inspiring.
Just doesn't. It doesn't spark joy. It's just fine.
Yeah. Or Cassante, but Renekton feels better. Renekton does come through. Again, no surprises. What are we going to get here? Do we get that bottom laner selected? Do we get an option into Renekton here, which is what production seems to think we're going to get?
Ornn, Gragas, main ones that come to mind. Have to see what Zeus goes towards here.
Could also grab Cassiopeia if you really wanted to.
You can.
Or just pick Kai'Sa. Okay.
It's a Kai'Sa angle. I know.
I don't see the Kai'Sa
No, I
angle at
don't-
all.
I don't.
I
Hey.
think this is a really bad Kai'Sa angle.
Yeah, because everyone that you get in range of just murders you.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Also, I think you might have a hard time actually getting good dive buddies. Now, I do know that Trundle Pillar procs Plasma, which is really funny. So you can like pillar someone and then Kai'Sa can ult in. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just saying.
Very cool.
Do you just you slam Callista Renata? I'm not joking. Look at this draft. Look at what you're playing. It's Alistair Kai'Sa. They don't have a laning phase.
Yeah, but Callista isn't real anymore.
Yes, it is.
No, it doesn't exist.
They see. They agree. They sold Diablo.
No Chronicler. Callista doesn't
They
exist.
sold Diablo gliding, and they don't want any of that heat. All right, good ban. Humble life.
It is ruler as well, so him playing Callista.
See, he's coming around.
Coming
everyone.
around, yeah. I mean, if you're playing Kai'Sa Alistair, you do have to kind of check your boxes here. And
Exactly.
especially in terms of supports, like that was going to be the next best one that could make your life hell.
Because
Now
what do you go? You can just go Nautilus, right? And that's fine.
yeah, you can play Karma as well.
Yeah, I think you need engage though is the issue. And Renata, the counter engage is so good that I think it's fine. But
Just engage with Xin Zhao.
I guess I'll just jump on top of them with Realm
Yeah.
Orb.
You don't necessarily have to play hard engage
Well-
into Alistair.
Victor or Cassio.
They're all like
Awareness
super low
there.
range on the side of Humble Life.
So I like Cassio more because you're playing into a lot of short range characters, and Victor doesn't really have a good way to set up Kai'Sa the way that, like Cassio is still not great, but at least you have some form of CC. Victor is like, I'll place my W and hope
Yeah.
they stand in it.
There was someone on Twitter I was reading earlier today that wants Anivia instead of Cassiopeia.
Yeah, Veigar, the
Veigar,
C9
yeah.
coach. Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, imagine slamming that here, by the way.
I mean, it goes so incredibly hard.
Playing Zinzao, Renekton, and Rise into Anivia. Anivia
Yeah.
Trundle.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Ooh, Blitzcrank.
Oh, the Duro Classic. I love that.
Oh.
Into Trundle, into Cassio. Those are some high... Even Kai'Sa. Like, Kai'Sa doesn't have...
Yeah.
She has E, but she doesn't have a dash. Ruler has played this before. Oh my god, the throwback. The Season 2 bot lane.
We're throwing it back.
I wouldn't mind.
Ruler's like, can I play it, please?
Have fun? I can have fun?
Tristana?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Woo! Lock it in!
And the Gragas. You talked about this earlier. Just neutralizing, pick another Renekton.
It's that or
Some
Ornn.
front line.
I think Gragas is way better with Kai'Sa. Right, you can both simultaneously break up the fight, set up for really good ultimates. So I'm a fan of that. I think the Gragas to me is a smash hit, even though the matchup is not as insane as it once was, because you used to be able to go grasp and legitimately not care because your passive was super broken. That's not really the case anymore, but it's still a good matchup as you can neutralize the lane. That said, though, Duro's Blitzcrank, feared for a reason, has not been seen for a decent amount, but is very often on the ban list for teams once you get deeper into Fearless. Coming out here again. But I think the Onward Life Draft is good. You have some good lane matchups towards the top and mid half of the map. Bot lane is a bit rough, but if you can get out of the laning phase, you're good.
You're still playing Kai'Sa.
Yeah, you're not a... I mean, Viper what, did go to the LPL. You know, basically the rules, did you go to the LPL? You can play Viper and Rule, you can play Kai'Sa. Or you're Diablo. And you're just a maniac.
Yeah. I mean, it's his 8th anniversary since debut. So I guess he can just do it every once.
I think it's good.
We'll see about that. You didn't think so earlier, Chronicler. But now that the comps have fleshed themselves out, we'll see if Viper's got an angle this time around. We're getting ready to jump onto the Rift for game number 3.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Here we go, game number 3 on the way. Match 137, which is, we're nearing the end of the regular season of the LCK. It's getting very close.
Don't remind me, Feldes. Trying to pretend LCK goes on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, and Chronicler never leaves, and we just have fun together for a very long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, instead, this is the second to last week of regular season. We'll finish next week with the end of round 5.
We have play-ins and playoffs. We're doubling up on best of 5s.
It's all best of 5s.
It's going to be so fun.
It's like...
I can't wait. I want everyone to also, and we're going to start this campaign early, to discard of any preconceived notion of playoffs is better than play-ins. Because where else do you get to see the Rise teams face off?
Yeah.
You know, it's play-ins. You have to watch it. Best of, can you imagine a Bro versus BNK best of 5?
I can't wait, actually. It's going to be so fun.
What a,
oh! That was quick. And, you know, it's just a little bit of harass, but it's still very nice to get done early.
What about Nongshim versus DK? The Mental Boom versus the Mental Boom.
Hell yeah, I love that. That's a lot of fun. Hey, it's actually going to be...
No, it's actually going to be amazing.
It's going to be pretty
I can't
good.
wait. That's 2 out of 2.
Yeah, that one a little bit easier than the other one. They're not going to hit level 2 as well here before Viper and Delight, so... There you go.
No Tristana level 2 power spike?
Kai'Sa 6-0.
Yeah. Feeling better?
And Viper's played it. I just, you know, this spot into Rise and Renekton was not the best, but he's just like, no, I'm just really good at this. I'm just going to play it. Fair enough. And if you're fast enough, you know, you can just avoid them.
Ooh. Trade's looking not too shabby here. Because we do have both junglers path towards the bot side of the map. Duro still looking and threatening. Obviously the level 2 for Tristana, very scary. This goes back to literally season 2. But although back then it was Alistar Tristana.
Yeah.
And it was like it would hit level 2. Alistar's had some phases in the game. Remember the very early lane swap. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Greg is obviously feeling way better in a lane swap scenario than the Renekton would. So I think that Keen is going to kind of get caught off guard by this. Because I don't think he's going to be able... Because he's slow pushing, right? He doesn't really want to set up.
Yeah.
Now should be able, because Zeus is backing, because Zeus wants to TP towards the bot side of the map. Although it's interesting, because this is really just for the bot side matchup. Because for top, it's actually fine. Like, Gragas loves playing into Renekton, but the read is you can have a better time as Gragas in a 1v2, and then add to that that even though Gragas is neutralizing into the Renekton, he's still not going to have prio until you get to a much later part of the game. GENG will answer, but this does give tempo over to Honma Life for now.
Yeah. Just a bit of tempo. Feeling pretty good about that. HLE after that win. Got to be feeling much better because you were highlighting during that cast as well that they had fixed a lot of the issues that they had in Game 1. Especially like responding to map movements, making sure they weren't behind the play, proactively setting up for objectives rather than just trying to scramble. Because, you know, they talked about how it feels like their comms nowadays are kind of all over the place. We talked about that in the pre-show. A lot of the players were interviewed about it. But if you're set up on an objective, it's much easier to say, okay, we turn now, and everybody just kind of turn your heads and go the right way. Gonna hook in the Alistair just for some harass. Speaking of harass, Chovy not feeling great into the Cassio in the lane, but at the same time he's ahead 11 CS, so just fine. We're not big Cassio enjoyers over here, although I'm not sure how you feel nowadays, Chronicler, as we have seen a little bit of success.
I think it's fine. It doesn't really blow me away. But the alternative would be Victor, which I think in this draft is just way worse.
Nivea.
Well, yeah, but that's not happening. You know, Kingham's not a mid laner.
That's true. Not yet. Maybe next year.
Wouldn't even be the most shocking thing we've seen in the LCK. Although we haven't had a lot of role swaps. Like, the last one was Dove.
Was he the last one?
Who else?
Ever?
Well, I mean, I think so, yeah.
Out of like all the lanes.
Yeah. I can't think of any other one. I'm sure if there is another one, we'll be told very quickly in the chat or by production, but...
I feel like some bot laners probably would have swapped.
We had Vital support for a little bit.
Yeah. It counts.
Sure, but it wasn't in the LCK.
Ooh, that was close, actually. You can tell that Viper knew that one was on the way.
And the early game, nothing too crazy for now. I think both teams happy to just get to 6. But yeah, if it was a Nivea, I'd be pretty stoked. But I think the Cassio has been fine. Cassio does always mean that you need to be a little mindful about how you go about your fights, because if you overextend, she's like much less oppressive than a Jhin, but it is, once you're in, you're in. You can't really get away from her once you're actually stuck. And then obviously in case of GENG, it's also anyone that is short range needs to be very careful of how they move around, as the junglers will see each other. Peanut's gonna put down what I think was a bottle, and then
Is it like Junkyard Trundle?
I think this is like a world skin.
Oh.
Like esports Trundle, because he's holding I'm pretty sure he's holding like a light stick with the world's logo.
Oh, okay. So then it's probably not a bottle? Maybe it's like a trophy?
No, it would. You will see it more. It would definitely look like...
Ah, yes, the esports bottle.
Well, he's like an esports fan, because he's holding a light stick, right?
And what's in the bottle?
Water. So that's a light stick.
Okay, where's the bottle?
In the back.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
We're getting the
so
angle.
So it is, yeah, it's worlds. It's world slash...
Where's the bottle?
Well, the pillar is the bottle.
Yeah, the pillar. We gotta look at the pillar. That's not...
So that is okay. Wait, no, it was right there! No! They're gonna find the pillar, chat. Don't worry.
Okay,
we're gonna figure it out.
They're getting the angle.
We're getting the answers.
It's a trophy for sure.
Is this how investigative journalists feel? How, you know, getting
What?
closer to the answer? I'm joking about that. We're not even doing the investigating. We're just yapping.
Yeah. You know what? I was on a plane recently. I watched Blood Diamonds. It was a pretty good movie outside of the accent. Okay. Ooh, that was pretty slick. Out of Duro, not out of Delight. Oh, it is a bottle.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, but why does it? I don't understand. Oh! Flash! Oh, he got stunned! And it doesn't matter. He's still dead. A little bit of anti-synergy, but it doesn't quite make the difference. First blood goes over to GENG, and they're already 1,000 gold ahead, plus all 3 grubs for the 3rd game in a row.
Yeah, the Kai'Sa feeling in this scenario, obviously, like Kai'Sa, you need to get out of laning phase, right? She's never picked for that, but we're starting to see what the prio leads to in case of this game, because the reason why this play works is because they're a member up, so they can play very aggressive right there. Chovy with the root. There is so much single target CC, so there's Keen's W, Chovy's root, Kenyon's knock up, and all of those perfectly set up for Duro. They will answer as there we go.
It's a bottle.
They will answer, I think it's a bottle and a bag of chips, like snacks.
Ah, yes.
Because they're an esports fan, so they're sitting in the arena.
Definitely not Doritos bag.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's corn. That's corn chips, clearly.
Yeah. Okay, Chronicler.
I like corn chips. Corn tortilla chips are good.
They are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. In Korea, they're okay.
Everything is better in the Netherlands.
I like the Dutch
Chronicler. Yeah, I guess so. That explains a lot. Name one thing you like about Korea. Oh,
the food.
the food. Oh, well, you
Food's
just say
great.
the corn chips.
Yeah, that's one food. The food is great. One food. Not. Is he? Was he? He wasn't.
Yeah, he's spotted. Alrighty.
It's Delight really trying to look
Little
for that,
tempo heal.
that auto. As Peanut knew that Chose was on the other end of the map, so he has a little bit of room for a play there. Chovy going Rod of Ages again. This is on Rise, so in this case we're completely okay with it. That's
I just saw Chovy miss a CS, by the way.
yeah, he's washed. He's only 15 CS up. He's missing 3 creeps in mid.
Wow.
I know.
He only missed 1, but
He could be at 110. He could be up 16 creeps, Valdez.
true, he could. Instead, we're just getting this. Hopefully we get another look at the bottle.
Bottle him! Ah, he does not bottle.
Bottle him. Is that okay?
I mean, that's what he does. Summons the giant
He
bottle
does,
and he
yeah,
traps
that's
you.
True. Go in.
That's the gank, right? That's my type of gank. Go in, miss skill shot, take a turret hit, leave.
It's very clear that Chovy knows how to play this matchup. Like, Zeka's trying to hit poisons, and he's just not. And he hit that one right as I was saying it, but
I mean,
like...
it's going to come down to the pressure over the course of the game, right? And I think
Yeah.
you are still speaking truth.
He wants a little bit more.
5?
Maybe he's trying to bait out the ult. Or just a combo, yeah. Phase Rush OP, especially on Rise. Short range, little machine gun mage.
He procs it pretty easily. He's
Yeah.
so fast as well.
Yeah.
I think Rise to me is the most like him. When he procs it, he actually books it. Like he is sprinting out of there.
He does look like he's running really fast.
He does.
And he is. But it just the visuals of it, you know? There's the bottle again.
Emote. Good stuff, Peanut. And this game is interesting in that I actually think that a large part of the draw for GENG skills well, but I think their comp scales poorly if you don't stay ahead. Just the nature of it, it's a pick comp. Really, like you can play 1v1 really well because you have the Rise. Reacting in the side lane is a really big menace. But it's Blitz's power level is always going to be how much can you get done. Are we trying to play on Zeus again? Not right now, but we do have Kenyon in the area. There was also some threatening, and this is, I think, a really big difference with GENG and a lot of other teams. The moment that they show the dive is coming, Keen, oh my god!
Wait, he's diving too!
He's not just backing off, they're actually just fully committing now to just 5-manning this turret.
Zeus is like, wow.
Play safe!
Play safe, Zeus! Wait, play safe! No! He didn't play safe. Cannon gonna pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Viper does get some solo time with his top turret, but...
Yeah, but there's a Tristan on the enemy team, so
Yes.
we're not, and Renekton actually, we're not winning that. The TP from Keen, there's the most, that's actually a really interesting call to me. Because I thought they were just gonna back off, but they really want to make sure they guaranteed get this play to work. You don't see that often. I was just praising him for the move down, because I think that by itself is enough, but no. That's going to be a certain first blood turret taken. Maybe a pick on the light.
Yeah, they want a bit more. He's got his ult, exhaust, and the flash. Oh, the max range makes it look beautiful. Exhaust comes in. The Unbreakable Will is there as well, but the light was dead 100% of the way, unless he flashed the hook, which he did not. It was very close though. Max range there from Duro, who continues to shine on this pick.
He's really popping off. Also going to be interesting to kind of think about who are the POM frontrunners thus far, right, in this in this series. Because for me, coming in for Humble Life, the frontrunner would be Zeus. But I think this game he has actually struggled. I think a lot of the previous games, KDA might not have looked good, but I think he did have a big impact. Obviously, he was really big in game number 2. But this game is looking a little tough so far. We'll see if he can come back the way he's done in the past.
Yeah. Zeka was good.
Zeka was great, true. And then on GENG, it's like, it can't be Chovy.
It's not Chovy.
It's like, what, Duro or Canyon?
Game 2 was a bit rough for the side of
I know, but they lost, right?
for
So
GENG.
we kind of gotta erase that one.
I feel like Duro and Canyon both had the most trouble, right?
In game 2.
In game 2.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard.
나
All
가는 중.
right, let's take a look at this.
플래시는 있어. 플래시 있다?
Who's saying he has flash?
나이스.
Not even a chuckle as he hits the max range hook. They're locked in with the threat of losing the series is GENG. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of contemplating, because I think it's not Ruler. Could be Ruler. The Corki...
I don't even know if you can go for like the win in doubt.
Well, no.
Maybe it's just Canyon, even though he did like nothing on Pantheon, which is rough. I don't know if it's 100% his fault. Ooh, look at the damage coming in, as he already had the bomb prepped on him from the Tristana, and then Keen just gets in there and finishes him off. Viper not able to even flash away, he just elects to accept his fate.
That's Herald gone. And it's been these picks, not just set up by Duro, but also that one was actually set up by Ruler. He was the one that did the damage initially onto Viper. This Tristana counter pick makes me wonder if we're actually gonna... I feel like Tristana's one of those picks that's always on the edge of the meta. And then you know, she's really popular, she gets nerfs repeatedly, you don't see her, and then at some point someone's like, what if she's still good? I feel like at any given point, we're just 2 weeks away from Tristana Zyra or Tristana Nidalee being back.
Very safe, she does a lot of damage, and she scales.
And then...
Right? What else could you want from your AD carry?
And then Viper just gets whacked by Keen.
Yep.
Just whacked by the W, goes down, gets caught off guard there, and yeah, this is feeling like a classic GENG game, Feldas, I'm not gonna lie. We will have to see some absolutely immaculate team fighting from all, which have great tools. I want to repeat that with the power of both the Greg Assault and the Cassio. Like, you can turn any team fight on a dime.
Yeah.
And I think that GENG also have a comp that really, if you lose 2 fights, I do think the game becomes excruciatingly hard. My main issue is that this is GENG. And there's literally not a better team in the LCK when it comes to get lead, win game. Like, it's just not...
They're the best at it. They win a lot too. Oh, the knockup comes in before the ult can do much for him, and Zeka's just dead. No getting away from that unless he flashes the knockup initially. But yeah, it's another great setup from Duro, just making plays on the blitz. Chronicler unsheathes his POM selection sheet.
I'm just putting it out there.
He is preparing himself.
Where are we heading?
So, can we talk about Cassiopeia a little bit? Because I'm definitely one of the Cassiopeia haters.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't the best game to be a Cassiopeia hater. Like, I don't feel like it's Cassiopeia's fault.
No, I think the pick was done in a reasonable spot, right? Because it was picked face up into a lot of champions should be good into.
But okay, well, we're gonna have it engaged. They're gonna try to go on to Duro. He just gets the hook in anyway, immediately dies. There's the engaged cone, the rare one. The setup here is great from the side of Hama. But now everybody's getting pretty low. In goes Viper trying to take down Keen. He's like a raid boss. They finally get him. But now the front line being chipped away at some low health bars here. GENG looking to continue in. Viper actually gets the flash here out of Canyon, who did not want to continue on that one. And really, it's just Toby who is super healthy, as now the bounces are coming in. HLE Esports continued for way too long. And there's the angle from Ruler as well. Jumps in and just shuts them down. GENG take a huge fight.
And it looks like that might have been a turnaround for Hanwha. Zeus goes in, looks for the big play, and initially that was a trade up.
He almost killed him with Redemption, by the way.
Oh really? Duro?
He's out the back at least.
The Redemption from beyond the grave?
Yeah.
That's very funny. So, let's take another look here. Duro, the moment he's out of range of the miasma, flashes, gets the knock-up as you highlighted, which is what prompts this mid lane play. And it's almost the blessed Gigacon Gragas engage. The turn onto Duro looks like it might work out, or rather, it does work out. They do get him, but it does put them in an awkward position, because look at where they're at in this fight. They're kind of hugging the wall there. I think that in some scenarios, you might get more as Viper goes in. Yes, they do kill the Crocodile, but Chovy is just unchecked throughout all of this. Add to that the fact that Canyon in these longer fights with Sundered Sky is going to sustain a ton. But this is still a good trade, if they could have turned into anything more. But then, the fact that GENG continues, Peanut ends up dying, and the light goes in, I think overestimating his tankiness, doesn't get his barrier off that he has available. Roots Cassio kills Trundle.
Is it a Chovy angle on the POM? Maybe not.
Remember,
Like, the thing is, to finish the Cassio conversation, it's selected into Rise because it's got such a great lane matchup, but instead Chovy just is looking to, like, giga gap in terms of CS and in lane as well.
yeah.
So Chovy's doing a lot of work.
I can't do it after the Ziggs incident, and I know that was.
But what about after the Pantheon and after the Rakan, who did nothing in game 2 as well? You know,
He was playing into Poppy. Oh.
yeah. Well, he is in down. He should be okay. They got the Redemption back. Meanwhile, Gragas is just dead. Little flip potentially coming on in here, but Canyon's just going to get it down as Pino was already backing away, and now it's just Bedlam in the back line. HLE Esports on the run, just scattering to the wind as Peanut is going to get away. But, yeah, not the best Otacon fight, you could say there for HLE Esports. GENG will capitalize big time.
And you can see it on the HLE Live cams as well. They know this game is done. That was the final moment they had, trying to play for an Otacon. But now, unfortunately, not going to be the case.
Is there a Keen angle, actually?
I think he actually got kind of...
Because he played well on the Yorick.
Did he?
I mean, again, like...
I think he kind of got gapped in both games, no? I think Zeus had...
His Rumble was very good.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard.
I'll leave it to you.
It's
Chovy,
tough.
meanwhile, just going to get booped back into the team and give 1,000 gold over to Viper. So
Thank you, Chovy. That was a sign. We're gonna
gonna make this a little bit easier on Chronicler.
just a little bit.
I don't know. It's a hard one.
It's difficult.
It's a hard one.
I'm hoping for a split vote. I think Chovy will get it, but I feel like we've gotten to the point where we should give it to other people if we can.
I'd probably go Duro.
Well, you know I'm going Duro.
I think
I want to have the discussion.
Yeah. Chovy just kind of hanging out.
He got in a turret, right? Bit overeager, but not going to be the end of the world. I don't think the kill will have that much impact.
Okay, the engage cone from Canyon, but actually dealing with a lot of members of HLE Esports. He's got that ultimate up, but they're just trying to pile into him.
Cancel!
Oh, the cancel is huge on a Ruler, and he's going to go down. HLE Esports just grouping up and taking him down.
And one kill on Chovy, I don't think it matters that much. But Viper's now almost 2k gold up, Feldes.
The Kaisa angle.
Kaisa scaling. All right, if they get Keen as well, that actually is big. I know there's no objective, but...
The bottle?
Okay, but he is a Crocodile.
Yeah.
Big crocodile.
There's no cask either, so. TP was used, by the way. And now Realm Warp coming on in. And big Petrifying Gauge does come in, but the hook is better. And it goes straight onto the Casio. Now they're trying to kill Toby, but they absolutely cannot, especially with the front line, with the bodyguards that GENG have for this Rise. And there you have it. Triple kill goes through for Keen. He does have 8 on the game, but that is not where Chronicler checked the box for the PON.
As we take another look here, this turn from Hanwha Life, watch the cast that's about to come in. So actually surprise overload towards the bot side of the map. Watch this. As Rula tries to jump out, that kill is a double for Viper, but I think Hanwha Life in that try to bite off more than they could chew. Viper's backing, guys. Why are we this far up looking for a pick? And the hook onto Zeka, I think, actually wins them this play. Like, if Zeka doesn't get hooked and doesn't die instantly there, they don't win this. Viper's there, yeah. Zeus is there.
Uh-oh. And Duro's back. Back again. Delight's dead.
And this, to me, gets to the core issue of dealing with both D1 and GENG. There are legitimately must-ban champions of all 5 players. And it just makes it so hard to do anything. Like, we're watching a Blitzcrank, as we've seen many times with Duro, just run the map!
Yeah, this time, some finicky stuff.
Get him, Keen!
There's the subjugation, though, and Keen
does not get him.
In a bit of trouble, has to flash. He's actually poisoned at the moment, but I think he should be okay. Looking for more is Duro, because why not? Start up the Baron on spawn here, 25 minutes. Especially with Chemtech, Soul.
Pina has flash.
They do not care about that.
A steal into a fight win can turn even an 8k gold lead into the stuff of dreams, Valdez.
We got a TP coming in now.
Oh, the flanking crocodile.
Trying to get over the wall here is Delight. Trying
Canyon's
to create
out.
some room. And they're just in the pit. Canyon's not there. And this fight should go over to Peanut. And he does get it, but the ensuing fight still going to be very heavily in favor of GENG. As everybody's getting in as soon as they possibly can with the Realm Orb.
Good job by the bodyguards, Zeus and Delight, ensuring Peanut stands alone in the pit and gets the smite. It doesn't matter.
The game is over.
But it was a nice moment there to capstone this game.
It looked very cool.
That it did.
Yeah. Can they clear the wave is really the only question. The knock up, the miss on the hook. I feel like that's the first one he's missed, though, this entire game, so I feel like we can just give it to him. The GA comes out, a big Petrifying Gaze. Now Viper has the angle. Can he deal with Chovy is really the only question. It doesn't quite matter. The rest of the team, though, is on the Nexus as Chovy is gonna get it. Viper trying to cut them off, and they're gonna stop them from killing the Nexus. Chovy gets away, so it won't be a Penta. As GENG not quite checking the boxes and not respecting Viper's Kaisa.
Let it be known, Hanwha Live do not give up, Valdez. They're gonna get Drake as well. That's a bounty. That's a like 3k gold swing.
They're still alive.
This game is great.
I thought it was over for sure. Viper just went back. He's like, no, I gotta clean up on the Nexus. And that he did.
That's gonna be that's probably gonna be a full build for Vipers. We take a look here. Also, if GENG have Nash, like that never happens, by the way, because they can just end with the Nash buff.
Yeah.
So, really nice job there. So he gets knocked out, then he gets cast, and then he gets exhausted. So even with the flash, no way for him to stay there. And it actually is the miss from Duro that starts this whole sequence. Although I say that Viper goes to his J immediately. I think GENG also thought that they'd won the game. But it's the ult from Zeka that gets the stun onto Rula. Rula gets the lead. It Delight knocks Chovy away so Viper doesn't die.
Get Tristana is what he was saying.
Woo! Flash there on the orb as well.
Eventually he's like, oh, I should probably save the Nexus.
How much gold does he have? Like, yeah, 2.3k. It's going to be Nai, a full item. BF sword done. Now, GENG still have full map control. They also got the GA. But This is still, again, I want to reiterate that for Humble Life and for any team that isn't T1 GENG, we're just looking at how much do they improve. And I still think they look so much better than they did like 3 weeks ago. We're starting to see the glimpses of LCK Cup Hanwha. I just think in this game it might be too little too late.
Does
Given
kind
how
of feel that way, but
the rest played out.
yeah, that's fair.
But also for GENG, they're known for their clean finishes. This is getting into circus territory, and I've been told that that is a very well-represented area solely by T1. I don't know if you want to get into that business.
Or by the Rise group, you know?
No, AO, right?
Wait, they're just going straight into the Alistair.
Guys?
That's not going to work, guys. They didn't even have Ruler or well, I guess they had Chovy.
Are they okay?
Oh, nice.
That actually, yeah, that's big. Because if Zayas flash ult or flash E's, they might get a pick. GENG, stop trying to hard force this. There is still a free item Casio and a full Kai'Sa item Kai'Sa on the enemy team, okay? You can't boot for this, but maybe they are actually scared, because as we've said, I think in the 5v5, Humble Life actually have the edge. Like in the just straight up, we're looking at front to back, as Chovy does have his death cap done.
Yes.
Ruler's drawing beads and should have Executioner soon as well. But if this happens for 10 more minutes, Valdes, imagine the upset potential. How cool it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's very much on the shoulders of Viper. And if he is not enabled in these fights, then I feel like Rise Tristana will just eventually...
야 지금 와봐 가자잉.
Chovy's the one who calls this.
뭐야 못하네.
No way!
Chovy.
They could have actually lost the...
That was naughty.
If they lost the game to that, that would have been... You know what that would have been? I talked about the circus joke.
Weekly lulls.
No. That would have been peak Rise group.
Yeah. Because it's Rise.
Because it's Rise. And it's
There you go.
Oh my god.
Just added into the Rise group reels. And yeah, it does feel like GENG are kind of scrambling a little bit.
We've gone into the silly universe, Valdes. I thought this was just going to be a clean win. But no.
No.
We're getting silly. Viper's full build. Zeka's approaching his death cap. GENG is just kind of meandering until Baron shows up. And that is where I do think the issue does kind of arise. Because there's 2 items. So does Peanut. So they're not really doing a lot. They also still have not left their base, really, so they don't have map control.
Yeah.
So my guess would be that GENG just gets Nash, starts slow pushing, and then goes from there. Because they do this very quickly. And this time, I don't know if they can repeat the get Canyon out of the pit palooza that they had last time. Keen's on the ward. Keen's on the ward!
Keen is on a ward, and now he's just forced to kind of go forward.
Doesn't have GA, by the way, so like if he would have died, that would have actually been huge. Tempo advantage now. Keen might have to base, and they don't have Dominus.
Right, going in, the massive flashes forward, and Duro's gonna get stunned and killed by Zeka, who's making it happen. 0-5 on the Casio, as now the pillar on a Chovy. Not the best. Look at the damage from this Rise. It's just ridiculous. As now Chovy once more. The explosion comes through. And that Kai'Sa in a lot of trouble. It's gonna go to the back line though. Survives for a little bit. Almost gets the crazy play off, but it's not meant to be. Chovy's still alive, and Chovy remains on top. 9-1 and 11 in this game as he'll TP into the top lane to try to end.
I saw an actual chuckle on Canyon's face. That's how you know that the game got silly.
Oh, Zeus.
Oh, Hanwha Life. That said, again, I look at this as a glass half full. I think that Hanwha Life have improved so much. It's just the problem is that they're facing GENG. As, you know what? I actually have no idea who's going to get POM. For even POG, I'm not even joking. Like, who would you vote for here?
Guys?
Guys?
There you go.
Okay, that... yeah, we had the respawn there, obviously, as... come on. Don't do that to your old teammate.
Do it because he's your old
take down
teammate.
the next. I'm not even joking. Like, Chovy feels like a great vote for this one. So does Keen. So does Duro. I don't.
Well, when in doubt,
Yeah, Chovy's gonna get it.
I think I'd probably go Duro still. I mean, Chovy was... Maybe it is Chovy.
I want Duro because I think he's due.
Maybe it's not even.
I think he's
You think
Duro.
he's due?
I think he's Duro.
Duro?
He has been playing
Oh
so
my
well.
God.
He was the one that got them to the game-winning position. The fact that they
He did.
then threw it and needed Chovy to actually play the video game doesn't take away from the fact that it was mostly done. Keen's reaction also absolutely stellar. And Hanwha, even though it wasn't enough, and I imagine they're going to be upset about the loss, this was a big win. The fact that they are able to still get a game, that's huge. The fact that they look better every week, over the course of the last 3 weeks is a big deal as well. I got a feeling that the when in doubt rule is going to strike hard here, Valdez. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he did have 20 KP on the rise, and he played a great Orianna game in game 1, too. Game number 2, though, that's the thing. I feel like it was a bit of a miss for everybody on GENG, so it feels like it almost cancels itself out, and then you just look at who did best in 1 and 3. So I feel like a lot of votes will just go in that direction.
I really do think there's a lot of good votes. I actually think you can make a vote for anyone, but Rula, not even because Rula didn't play well, just because it wasn't really about him, right? Keen for the for the Renekton performance. Canyon because it was great the whole series. Duro because I think that he was the one that got them into a winning position in game 3.
Yeah.
And even though the Rakan wasn't great, I think that Nico was again pretty exceptional. Although at this point it's like, is Nico kind of fake news?
Nico is exceptional as a champion.
Yeah, she is. But man, these skirmishes, I don't think I'm going to be mad regardless of who gets POM. Like kind of thinking about it.
It'll just be Chovy.
It might just be Chovy. That's okay. As the valiant efforts from Hanwha early in the game weren't enough. But they were, once we got to the funny part, as I have to put in a moment. So I'm going to do that.
You'll take a moment to put in your moment, which is, of course, Mao and Pomment together. Pom comment. And I hope you do a good one. I'm looking forward to it. This was one of the moments where, you know, the hook misses on a Viper. Maybe if he's like a little bit closer to the team, perhaps GENG can just burst him down, but instead...
Stop calling me out for being on my phone when I need to put in the comment!
He's putting the comment in live on broadcast. I can't believe you would do that, Chronicler. Chovy actually flashed for that kill.
I want to see this.
player.
I want to see this second re-engage from Halmo because that was actually crazy work. The fact that Rula lives here is also insane. But the next one, which I think is Delight and Zeus, is actually blows my mind. Right. What a game. I think I was earlier. I'm just...
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, it was, that's fine. I'm kind of out of the belt. Unfortunately, we still have the Rise group left.
It's not like you've been here for like so many games in a row or anything, right?
No,
and that I just got off a plane yesterday.
We are on track. We're going to hit it. It's going to be 24 out of 20, or no, 18 out of 18, and then tomorrow, 24 out of 24.
Are you on tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so it will be. Chovy had like 1,500 DPM.
Yep.
In that game.
Is it good? Is it just Chovy?
Oh no, I think it's actually more than 1,500.
I don't know, man.
It's like 1,550.
I'm looking back, seeing if I can get spoilers. What I want is a split vote. That's actually like, I feel like GENG had a lot of main characters here. Just give me a vote, scattered all over the
12 out of 13, Chovy.
Give me some Keen votes. After how that game ended, you can't be mad at this. You can't.
No,
because his rise was what ended up winning them the game.
I don't even think this is win in doubt. I'm just memeing. I do agree.
Now,
and he's at 1,400, which nobody was going to catch him anyway.
I wonder if we of the English cast are just so influenced by the Ziggs game, we're like, no, not doing it. Well, I mean, it's valid.
I think it's a fine vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine. Ziggs game, he played Ziggs, you know. That's a little bonus.
Both the Orianna game was great, but I think as Orianna, you're often a bit more supportive, but come on, the Rise game. Again,
He had like the shockwave that zoned away Peanut, remember, on the Baron?
I want to repeat, shouldn't have gone to that point, but when it did, Chovy was like, I got this.
Yeah. Well, guys, we do have the interview ready. Let's jump into that right now.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Steer for the POM interview translation, joined by Chovy on the side of GENG. Wow, what an incredible match with your victory over Hana Life Esports. You got your 8th win in a row and reached 27 wins. How do you feel? You know, we got a 2-1 victory today. I think we had a really good time just trying to apply some of our experimental attempts. It actually did solve a lot of the mysteries that we had in the past, so I think it was really good. And in Game 1, you gave Yunara away, and previously in Round 4 matchup against Hana Life Esports, you did the same thing. So, were you just prepared for her? I feel like it's just something that we have been assessing regarding Yunara. So we're trying a lot of different things, and I think that's what happened today. We just had to give Yunara away, and the enemy picked her. And then following the Yunara from Game 1, you left the Pantheon open in Game 2 and picked Ziggs. And it was an unfortunate loss, but what was the feedback like? I feel like there are a lot of high-tier champions, high-priority champions that we have to ban. And I feel like there's a lot of experiment and testing going on that we are implementing. So I think because of all the options that we have to ban and try out, there are a lot of things that we actually have to leave open. And you picked Cassio in Game 3. What are your thoughts on the Ryze Cassio matchup? I feel like it's a skills matchup, so it really depends on your jungler's pathing and the gank times. And in Game 3, from the start, you pressured your opponent and quickly snowballed the game towards victory, but your attempt to break the Nexus was denied. So after that, what was the team comm like? We just said, wow, close one, you guys. And after that close one, we saw your backdoor attempt with Ryze ult, and in this next highlight, we noticed that you didn't take the ult. You see, I saw the Alistar in the minimap, and I just felt like I shouldn't go, and I just didn't take it. You know, and then I gotta pretend that, you know, I missed it. You know, we were wondering if it was a payback from when Keen didn't take it before. There's no way Keen surely didn't do that on purpose, so I wouldn't do that to him. Today is actually a quite meaningful day. You reached the big 700th LCK game milestone today. Please give it up for Chovy. And we have a full breakdown of your career history. And you played Yasuo for your debut. How bold of you. I feel like when you're young and when you are new in the scene, you end up being really bold. So how does it feel looking at this history? I feel like, yeah, I've been playing a lot of games, I guess. And what would you like to say to your teammates? I mean, I did reach 700 games, and I feel like there's a long way to go. I'll keep on playing, and I'll keep on building and making history. And you'll face KT and T1 next week. Please share your mindset. I feel like there's a lot of things that we need to prepare, like the draft. And I hope that we just, you know, it's like a lab experiment. We're just gonna have to keep on experimenting and keep on doing our best to improve. And any words for your fans? I hope that we can show our growth to you continuously. Thank you. And that was the end of the POM interview with Chovy. And back to the space. Thank you.